to the police station. Then from there, and it was a team of armed, some in camouflage uniform and some in your NIU uniform. And then they took him to his office to open the office of the ballistic at night, which cannot be done. It shouldn't be allowed, and it was wrong. They then forced him to open the office, and they were there interrogating him, and they demanded to take the files. They took the files and the laptop of an forensic expert, the ballistic expert. They took even the files of the PKTT, including guns, a gun or guns. And for them to be removed there, I think they called highway patrol, but they called another unit of the police to come and have them removed there. And there was even a hostage negotiator called. I heard in one address, General Mkhwanazi saying, I don't know whether it was at Madanga or at this ad hoc commission, where he says, no, they are being influenced to open cases, to open a case. They spent a day with that person, they even bought him lunch. It's not true. We are sitting with affidavits, we are sitting with reports of the brigadiers and the generals that were reported to IPID. And they even say when the docket, when the laptop came back, it was tampered with. They could not even open the laptop. It was tampered with. Now, that is being rogue. That is being rogue. And if this house really would allow also something like that,
he must tell us why they did it. He must tell us why they did it. He's not mentioning.
A disciplined member of the police, unless you think you are above the law, you will go to the forensic department at night and force the forensic office to be open and seize some documents or
they must call that guy.
That laptop has lost its credibility as we speak. That laptop, it has been tampered with.
Yes, he opened a case of kidnapping.
Now, we must bear in mind, Chair, neither is General Mkhwanazi an investigator. Doesn't know anything about investigation. Colonel Khumalo, Lieutenant Colonel Khumalo, was Mkhwanazi's driver. He's also investigating this thing. I don't know if General Khumalo's got investigation. I know he's investigating, but he's never been an investigator.
So someone cannot start to be an investigator?
I don't remember him being trained as an investigator, unless he's got that certificate that says he did investigation. I may be wrong. Now, the same member of the political killing trust team members, including Lieutenant Colonel Khumalo, these are the team that are investigating, going, kicking the doors. There are so many cases opened. They went to Fort Hare University and they took money from accused number 1 at Fort Hare University. That matter is investigated by the DPCI. There is evidence, they don't deny, but nothing is happening. Why some of the people are above the law?
But
they can do as they please. Nobody takes action because they are protected.
No, there has to be context, guys.
We need to know how many cases were opened against these political killing task team members. They are there. No action is being taken because there are some powerful individuals that cannot be questioned. It's wrong. The country shouldn't allow this. They are here, they are operating, but yet they are suspects. No.
Can I ask whether...
Guys, remember Mkhwanazi did say the PKTT did arrest 34 police officers, and some of those police officers were part of the PKTT itself. So they're even arresting themselves if they see one of them is doing wrong. And also, Sibiya is neglecting to tell us why they went to that forensic lab. They went there because there was that AK-47 there. And this forensics guy tested it and told them that this AK-47 was involved in one unaliving. He did not check it against other incidents. So they took it themselves. The PKTT took that thingy themselves, and they found out that it was involved in, I think, 8 or 15 or just a lot of unalivings that the guy at forensics had hidden. He had not tested it intentionally. So he came to them and he said just one unaliving, only to find that, I can't remember if it's 8 or 18, but a big number of unalivings that the guy had not told them about. And I think it's the one that is now involved in the Katie Molefe story.
The people that are behind, what are the suppliers of the drugs and all the.
But do you see, Sibiya did not even mention that. He did not even mention that.
The firearms, the proliferation of firearms. Who is behind the cash in transit? Where do they cook these drugs? The clandestine laboratories.
At farms.
We've got
at
a number of criminal activities that are taking place. The hitmen that are all over from KZN, that are being supplied by KZN into the country as a whole. Let us be able to contain the situation. Crime intelligence needs to be able to tell us who's behind the touching of the trucks. Where are the people? So that we don't have a repeat of all this. So counterintelligence is struggling as we speak. And there's so much that they can still do, yet its leader is busy running around also conducting investigations. It's wrong. If you are in intelligence, be in intelligence, don't be seen anywhere, and focus on intelligence.
I think Sibiya is Masemola 2.0. Masemola Nyana.
Before you continue,
Mini
I must take some
Masemola.
notes here. General, you mentioned names of your colleagues who you say they went to collect money from a suspect.
Yes, they did. Hotel
in Forte.
In Forte, accused number 1, hotels were paid for them. They were bought clothes. They were rented vehicles, and the money was deposited into their bank account. I'm saying something that exists, that is there.
And who did you say are those colleagues of yours?
PKTT members.
Who?
And I listened to when Judge Madlanga was asking the national.
I don't want you to elaborate. It's just a clarity seeking. So, in my record, I must just say PKTT members.
Yes, I can mention names if there's a need, but in this case, I'm quite sure about what I'm talking about.
Give evidence, give names.
These are the same members who went and kicked the doors at forensic and seized their laptop. These are not trained detectives.
How many are those members? Because it's like you are reluctant to give. How many are those members that you implicate in this bribery?
I have statements, I have reports, but they may be between 6 and 10.
Okay. And then the last, did I hear you properly when you say there is no crime intelligence in this country?
There is, but it can do better.
No. Just to check if I properly captured that statement. Did you?
Guys, please tap on your screen. If you're new to the live, please click on my profile picture, this one here, and click the FOLLOW button to connect with me. If you want to see the live in pictures, please search Miss Media TV on the Red app, or the link is in my bio. Thank you very much. Nhlaluko Posha, I see you. Refilwe, I see you. Kapoki, I see you. Gilo, I see you. Guys, this is gonna get bad, particularly if Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi comes back. It's gonna get bad, but it's okay. We're here for it. Should
actually. That is why there was a meeting where the minister at some point wanted to know who is behind the drugs, the drug lord, the drug cartels, who is behind the proliferation of firearms, who is killing people in these gang-infested areas, in all these areas. We need that kind of intelligence. Who are the kingpins behind the explosions?
So you, essentially, even if you may not repeat that statement, you are just saying that where you stand, you are unhappy with the progress that is being made.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I think I just wanted to understand that, but I see there are two honorable members who have, or three. It will be Honorable Skosana, Honorable James, Honorable Ngola, in that order.
Thank you, Chair, once again. I think the clarity is not yet clear from the general.
Yo, I'm glad I took that break because this is going on and on and on and on.
There's no crime intelligence in this country. Now, I just want to capture, because I don't want to, when we start tomorrow, then it's like we are misleading the witness on the day. So this clarity, it doesn't come up clean, General. I think when you said there's no crime intelligence, do you really mean that there's no crime intelligence in the country, or something else? Because what you said on record is that in this country there's no crime intelligence. I thank you, Chair.
Look, Chair, literally speaking, I don't say there is no crime intelligence. They don't exist. They exist, but there has been instances even where General Mkhwanazi himself is saying that in cases then there's no crime intelligence really that is giving satisfactory performance there, because you have a lot that is going on. There were instances where you find that there is cash in transit, sometimes 2, 3, 4 times in a day, even in the Eastern Cape. Yes, now we say we need crime intelligence that will, immediately after crime is being committed, that day, that week, we need to already know who is involved. This is the crime intelligence that we are looking for, that is proactive. Many a times that will know things before they happen sometimes, because they've got informers on the ground, they will know what is going on. I don't necessarily mean that there is no crime intelligence. And if this is what it meant, or how it was understood, Chair, let me withdraw it now, at this point in time.
What are you withdrawing, General?
The statement that says there's no crime intelligence, because I wasn't meaning, literally speaking, that there's no crime.
But the one that you said that you are not happy with the progress that crime intelligence is making, you stand by it.
I stand by it.
Okay, thank you so much. Honorable James.
Thank you so much, Chair. When General Sibiya spoke in Mzansi's words, he was clear. He even qualified his statement. He qualified his statement. When General Mkhwanazi spoke, when General Masemola spoke, they all said the same thing. When we questioned General Masemola and the crime detection, which spoke to crime intelligence in this country, he said there's actually no, it doesn't exist. He did say that. All three of them said exactly the same thing. Yes, there's a unit. There's a unit called crime intelligence, but how effective is that unit? So he has withdrawn his statement now. So I'm not sure if this is even worth going into. But all three generals came here and they qualified and they spoke about exactly the same thing you're speaking about. And when you know, General, when we have operations, that's the one thing we lack, is intelligence. So let's be truthful here. Thank you.
Now he's going to unwithdraw.
Honorable James,
He must
you want him to
unwithdraw.
restate.
Don't know what to say because he withdrew.
He says, where I stand, I'm not happy with the progress that crime intelligence is.
I don't know what to say, Chair, because he said there's no crime intelligence. And he qualified it by making examples, which I agree.
Guys, please tap on your screen. If you're new to the live, please click on my profile picture, that one over there, and then you hit the red button that says FOLLO. That button, you hit that button to connect. Ouch.
Honorable Sol, since your hand up.
Yes, sir.
Okay, can I check who else want to speak so that we
must
take the honorable
unwithdraw.
members and we hand over to the senior counsel. So if your hand is up, Honorable Sol,
No, Chair.
it will be Honorable Ngola and then yourself. So those are the last hands of members that I'm taking. And it's now 21:52. So at some point around 10 o'clock, we should be starting to prepare ourselves for the fifth round.
No, thanks, Chair. Let's take it as withdrawn the statement. It's fine. The second thing, Chair, which I think emanates from your first question. We are running an inquisitorial process here. And we are due to make an analysis of whether or not there's a necessity for us to do a second batch of witnesses. And at the center of the terms of reference of that committee is interference in the police service. Now, I don't think we should take the evidence of they and them as it is. General Sliya must tell us who went to Forte by name, who went to Forte to solicit money or bribes or however you term it. From whom is this accused number one? We may not be familiar about the details of the case. How much was solicited? I think we need that detail to be registered and recorded. Thanks.
Do you want him to say it now, or can he submit to?
He can submit. Okay. We can submit.
Guys, please tap on your screen to connect. You can click on my profile picture and hit FOLLOW. It's looking a little bit bad. Yeah, it's looking a little bit bad.
Of names we can get. So if at some point during the proceedings you feel like you may want to list the names, you can just say, Chair, I think I want to give you the names. Or if you want to submit a list, you will indicate and say, no, we will send you that list. Whatever way is comfortable, gives you comfort. I think we were fine. Honorable thoughts.
No, Chair, I just wanted to say that not all of us understood the general to say that there's no crime intelligence. My interpretation of what the general was saying was that it can do better. Because how the question came about, SC asked the general, does he think it's a good idea for General Khumalo to be the head of PKTT and crime intelligence? He then responded and said, no, it's not a good idea. Why? Because his focus is split.
But why
and
are they
as a result of the split focus, crime intelligence as a division is suffering. That's how I understood it. So I just wanted to state for the record, not all of us interpreted it in that gesture.
So is that what you said, General Spear, that we are not convinced that it's ideal for General Khumalo to be head of crime intelligence?
It's very wrong to have him his feet both in the investigation.
But he wants to be head of PKTT when he already has another job.
It's the first time also it happens like that. All the previous intelligence heads have never been running investigations and also running intelligence. You conduct investigation and you're not only focusing on political killing. You choose cases that you want to focus on. You want to go to Forte, you go take. Forte is not a PKTT. There are other cases, then they bring in traditional leaders cases. But in other areas in the country, they don't go. I just read about the one in Mpumalanga. Many cases of political killing testing, they are not involved. I can still mention the one of IFP who was killed 2-3 months ago. The IFP council, it was, I think, member of parliament was killed, but...
Yeah, I think what the member wants to understand, when you say
there's something
it's not
I just
ideal,
picked up and I
now
can't
you
even tell you.
emphasize it that it's very wrong. Are you saying it in terms of
About
his
this whole
abilities or
situation,
in
and
terms
I can't
of
even say
division
it
of
out loud.
labor? Because at some point you said, I think you made a
No,
statement
Wendy, I
like
don't want
he
to
was,
be analyzed,
somebody's
so I
driver.
can't say it.
No,
And that he knows nothing about the investigation. So if we can just understand that proper, when you say it's very wrong to have him as head of intelligence, Is it wrong because of his abilities? Is there a mismatch? Or is it wrong because the
Did you pick
focus
it up
must
too,
be on
Yvonne?
one field and it's like there is a combination?
Let's get it right, Chair. When you talk about the driver, there is a Lieutenant Colonel Kumalo,
Oh, okay.
and there is Major General Kumalo who's in Gauteng. There is Divisional Commissioner Kumalo, who's the Divisional Commissioner of Crime Intelligence. So, I say,
No, I
if you
cannot
are the
say,
head of
guys.
intelligence, that's the position that you must take serious. You're carrying the country's intelligence.
Why is Sivia
Your line
telling
of
people
approach,
which
your
job
line
they
of
should
work
do and
and
which job they should
operations
not
is to
do?
focus on intelligence work and support the country on intelligence work. But let the investigators investigate. Let us intelligence people gather, collect, and
No,
collate and supply.
but his
That is
boss,
the
Masemola,
difference.
gave him
Chair,
that job.
I do have information in relation to the corruption at the University of Water, but I'm not so sure whether this is something that I can just say without reading the names, unless I'm forced to by the council, by this house. I will do that, but I do have.
Look, I can check with you. Is there anything that...
You know, Sibia may well be right to say Dumisani Kumalo is doing too much or whatever the case may be, but this is something that should have been taken up with Masemola. Also, he cannot tell Masemola who to place in what job. Also, Sibia himself, he wanted to head up the PKTT. What about his own job? So he might not be wrong in his assessment of the situation, but that has nothing to do with what is being investigated by this committee. And his entire narrative has been about how this is wrong, that is wrong, this is wrong, that is wrong. And he really is questioning Masemola's decisions and almost wants to be the decision maker in place of Masemola, which is perhaps where the problem is.
Are already there. I'm not going to say much. I think tomorrow we will get to it. But explosive, I must say. Thank you.
No. You know, honorable members, you remember in one of our proceedings, we said that when we speak, we must not inject fear in each other. No, Honorable Skosan, you know, when you say no tomorrow, but explosive, I don't think that that is the right way to use. Yeah. Okay, Honorable Nwala.
No, Chair, I was going to do a follow-up on the proposal I made. I think in the index core bundle, there is the names, as Honorable Skusana is saying, in page 177. Therefore, of course, with some Sergeant Mukwena.
Guys, what did Skosana say? I wasn't listening. What did he say?
But why do you have to do that, Honorable Nwala? Senior counsel, when we broke earlier, I said we should come back at 8, and so we came back at 20:10. So now it's 22 hours. We are going to break at 10 minutes after 22 hours. So you have 10 minutes now to do that which was left, and then we will break and come back.
Guys, what did he say? What did he say? The MK guy, I think his name is Kosana. What did he say?
We are not breaking now, Skosana. The senior counsel is finishing the
What
10
did
minutes of the
Nkosana say?
time allocated to him.
Guys, please tap on your screen. If you are new to the live, please click on my profile picture and you hit the FOLLOW button. Why did Nkosana say tomorrow is going to be explosive? What was he talking about? Did he give some sort of reference or something? Because I also want to know. He said names are on the statement and they are explosive. I see.
General, Sabia, is there factions, or are there factions, or is there factionalism in the police, in SAPS?
That's the most difficult question. But looking at how things are at this point in time.
By the way, Mkonazi said no to that question. Masemola said no to that question.
I'm sure the whole country has watched how the National Commissioner, together with General Kumalo and General Mkwanazi, have been carrying on. You can see that General Masemola, basically General Kumalo and other team members were arrested by IDEC. I didn't know the reason why they were arrested. It was not even part of the whole thing. But I know that angered General Mkwanazi and General Masemola to an extent that they reacted to this arrest. And unfortunately, the newspaper article then suggested that the National Commissioner will be arrested next week. And as a result, the next thing what happened, for the whole week, he was not actually that much active because we could not see him. We were the one attending the meetings.
Of
and
course,
I heard General
he's only human.
Last week here in this committee saying the National Commissioner was at the doorstep of being arrested. And that's why they did what they did. So which confirmed the fact that that was a preemptive strike. But what I want to say is that is there a faction? It is for this committee to decide. But what I want to put on the table then is that let's take for an example. There is these members of crime intelligence who were arrested. The National Commissioner appoints General Patekile in the Western Cape to conduct an investigation. Then I get suspended. The National Commissioner appoints Patekile to investigate. I get suspended on issues related to issues that affect General Kumalo. He appoints the same General Patekile to investigate. The National Commissioner, there is an investigation that is being conducted apparently where from the Public Service Commission, they're investigating the appointment of Major General Sibola, who is in the office of the National Commissioner. The National Commissioner still appoint, I'm told, is same General Sibola. Who clears this investigation of General Sibola, saying that the National Commissioner can appoint whoever he wants to appoint and that they must condone? I don't have that report, I'm not sure. The National Commissioner, after Kumalos were arrested, he clears them within 2 weeks. Their investigation is clear. There is an investigation that is running by IPIT that involves one of the lieutenant generals, the Deputy National Commissioner at IPIT. I'm also told that this investigation, the internal investigation, has quickly been completed and cleared. I know IPIT is still running, but internally they are cleared. in my case, I was not under investigation by any institution, and other than the investigation that they themselves, like your Kumalo and General Mkwanazi, and they are running after me a lot. So I'm just saying, looking at the unfair way in which this whole thing is being handled, one can actually come to a conclusion that there are those that are very close to the heart of the National Commissioner, and there are those that he want to see out of the police.
No, don't lie, because
I know where I'm sitting.
Yo.
I'm now, as we speak, I'm
Guys,
facing
let me
4
be
parallel
objective.
processes. 4. At this point in time, I'm supposed to focus on the Madlanga and the ad hoc. And as I'm trying to focus on these 2, I'm expected to watch the proceedings and record, so that I can also go and put a report together, so that I can also represent myself there. Then I was then suspended and charged departmentally. Now I must go then to the other labor lawyers to deal with this thing when I'm dealing with these ones that are assisting with Madlanga. Then as I'm still looking at that, then I get criminally chased on again. So now I must now look for the lawyer for the criminal, because each and every environment that has got its own expertise. Now I'm facing with 4 processes. I haven't been sleeping. I have to, during the day.
Guys, I was saying that I'm sorry. I said he's lying, but that's because Masemola was berated for not charging him and not suspending him earlier. They told Masemola that he's a bad manager because he never disciplined Sibia. Sibia wrote that letter months ago, and Masemola never disciplined him. Masemola just told him, don't do that, and that was the end of it. So for him to now say that some people are close to Masemola's heart, when Masemola also did not discipline him for months and months and months, to the point that the members of parliament told Masemola that he's a weak manager because he was not disciplining the very same Sibia. It's kind of, it's some kind of way.
As well, what must I do? And it was clear that you go to the ad hoc, you go to the Madlanga or criminal, you are entitled to be covered, but I'm not. So I'm just saying, these are the things that makes me believe that all animals are equal, but others are more equal than others.
Oh, shame, Sibia.
What is this?
Shame.
Does this manifest a differences with you, a dislike of you, or even victimization? Or does this manifest that there are factions within?
I think so, Spiwe.
All
I
of
think so,
those.
Spiwe.
All of those.
Yes. I feel that in my case, remember I came back as a result of the court order, the labor court that says go back to your work. And many heard General Mkwanazi saying, I don't know why this man came back. I don't know why the organization allowed him back.
You see, he's doing it again.
I don't know why your colleague would say that, because I joined the police at a very young age when I was 20 years old. Today I'm 57 years old. I've been working very hard for this organization, and he knows that how we were released is because of my involvement in the investigation of Richard Middle. I'm the one who arrested Richard Middle, not him. I worked with Minister Begitele, former Minister Begitele. I reported to him at that time, and General Dramat and Petros. And then General Mkwanazi was just there for a few months and then also removed, and then Minister reappeared. I am the one who was involved there. Now, when we were released or removed, all of us, because of the rendition matter, where I was not involved, that's why the court said this can't be, because this man you can see was not there. The same applies to this thing of this disbandment. I cannot for the life of me, where I'm sitting, imagine that an instruction, a lawful instruction comes from the minister to the national commissioner, from the national commissioner to me, And a deputy national commissioner must lose his job because of that. And then they bring other stories to muddy the whole thing and say, no, it's because of the cartels. We didn't know what we now know. They are not connected, this thing. Just tell me what was my role in those cartels that we're talking about. Where I'm sitting, I have a document that was produced by crime intelligence. When the minister said, I want to know who's supplying firearms. Where do these firearms coming from? Why are we not able to arrest these people that are supplying the firearms? And who's supplying drugs? Where do they manufacture drugs? Do we know who are the kingpins? Do we know where the clandestine laboratories are? Why are you not arresting them? The presentation was presented by crime intelligence. We have those presentations. The big five that is being spoken about is not there. And if it is indeed true, it is there, it exists, why are they not being arrested? For drugs or for whatever reason.
But you just
But personally,
severe.
I'm not involved in the big five. I don't know the big five. So I'm just saying, you ask a simple question, are there cartels or are there factionalism in the South African police service? I'm tempted to say yes, but I think it's better left to this committee to look at what is happening after our presentation and decide.
Guys, I was giving Sibia the benefit of a doubt.
Paragraph 110 of your statement on page 34.
Sibia.
I do not believe that SAPS is playing factionalism.
Why did they say where? Which one? Which paragraph?
See,
Paragraph
they're
110
telling
on page
him,
34.
they're showing him his statement now.
That's exactly what I said.
That's what you said.
Yes, I said I do not believe that SAPS is plagued with factionalism. However, I will make oral submission when I appear in front of the committee on some observations.
Yeah, so you've spoken about...
Guys, I will tell you why I think Sibia said he doesn't think the big five exists. I will tell you, but I just need to get proof.
Paragraph 115, you describe your
If I have
relationship
time tonight, I'll look
with
for it so that I can tell you by
Mzansi,
tomorrow.
with Kumalo, and then with the National Commissioner.
Logically speaking, Chair, if you are the accounting officer of an organization and a senior member is charged in terms of the MF.
Guys, please tap on your screen. Please mute if you are on the bubble. Please. Guys, please tap on your screen. And if you are new to the live, please click on my profile picture and you're gonna hit the red button that says FOLLOW. Guys, did you need Mkwanazi to tell you about Big Five or about drug cartels, or did you already know we have drug cartels in South Africa, particularly in Joburg and the bigger provinces? Did Mkwanazi have to tell us that for us to know that there are drug cartels? Is that new information, or is it new information to our minds, or is it something that we all know, we just didn't know who it is?
That clears them, and then they continue to run as normal as possible, yet they are facing criminal cases. In my case, everybody, you are making it clear to the whole world that you are pushing me out. You want to see me out. And you're even embarrassing me. You're sending, I'm the Deputy National Commissioner. You're sending the Special Task Force, junior members that I've been working with to come and harass me at my house. It's not fair. Let me not say too much, Chair.
Yeah, sometimes you shouldn't.
I'm so disappointed.
Do you know any of the deputy ministers?
Yes, I know them.
Both of them. Deputy Minister Matale and...
They forgot to ask about Paulo Sullivan. Did they ask about Paulo Sullivan when I was gone?
Deputy Minister, but Matale better because he was the deputy also to former Minister Tele.
Yes, but I know them equally the same because it's not like I meet them every day.
They forgot to ask about Paulo Sullivan.
What is your relationship with them?
No relationship whatsoever. It's a professional relationship. They are the deputy ministers of the organization.
Have you ever exchanged WhatsApps with either of them?
I have exchanged many WhatsApp messages with all of them. And but that what was spoken about the last time that involved, I forgot the name. Please remind me if you have it, because I know where you are going. I cancel. Let me put it this way. That is not my language to call someone a Keda Makubela or something like that. Can we read it? But that message, unless it's a message that was sent to me by somebody and I forward to the either Inspector General or to Deputy Minister Matal, I don't remember, I don't know. But I'm not the author of that WhatsApp message because that's not my language.
You want me to read it here?
Please.
Good afternoon, DM. Is that for Deputy Minister or for
Yes.
Deputy Minister Matali?
Yes. Deputy Minister.
Which one?
DM is Deputy Minister.
So it could be either Matali or Bushelo.
Yes.
Please note the following.
Please?
No, I'm reading, I'm back quoting you the WhatsApp. It says, please note the following. One, a source has indicated that CI, that's Crime Intelligence, has procured new spyware equipment with a value of 13 million rands over the past weekend. The equipment was sourced from China and did not follow the normal processes, e.g., minister needs to sign for anything more than 10 million. Then
Yo,
my
guys, please
suggestions
tap.
that we should commit the National Commissioner.
Yeah, we heard this. Please tap on your screen. If you're new to the live, please click on my profile picture at the top and you hit the button that says FOLLOW. I think he's telling a lot of truths. Things need to be put in context. He's making mistakes in many places. But I'd be lying if I didn't say I'm extremely disappointed that any police officer in South Africa would say that they do not know that there is a drug problem in this country. And obviously, if there's a drug problem in the country, there is a group of people doing it, right? And that we can assume is a cartel. So it is quite disappointing that a top police officer thinks that we don't have a drug problem in the country. He could have at least said, there are drug cartels, but I don't know about the big five. But to completely deny that I don't know, it's disappointing.
Electronic communication such as cell phones, emails, etc. Then it's what's it? No. Comrade Matabula has also been briefed. Please try to check. I'm not sure what is going on.
No, I don't even know who's Comrade Matebula. And I don't talk the language of Comrade Matebula or the ANC. I'm not involved in politics. So this one, be rest assured, the chair in the House, I don't take responsibility for that message, and I actually deny it with the contempt it deserves. I at all.
Good evening, Mzansi.
I don't associate. I don't accept it at all. Total.
So now that has your electronic equipment been seized, you handed it over? It's been seized.
It was seized now, and then they're still waiting for this one that I'm having now. But I must still go and hand over.
You're still sitting.
Can we
Still sitting with yourself.
get closer to the microphone, Senior Counsel?
Yes. So I must still hand that over.
And they're waiting for it. As soon as I land, they want it.
So you're pretty confident that this WhatsApp is not going to be downloaded?
They want to download it, not in me. But remember, this is crime intelligence. Anything is possible. But it's not my language, Chair. I'm not a comrade. And I don't know who Comrade Matebula. articulated anything that speaks about to do this for that for the ANC. Just when you're speaking to talk about the comrade, and I spoke to comrade so and no, take me out of there. So I'm saying I reject it. Even if they can show it to me, I'll reject it.
Thank you, General Subia. Thank you for your patience and your cooperation and your
You forgot to ask
stamina.
about O'Sullivan.
No, the last thing that I wanted to just confirm, Chair, may I say that I worked well with the National Commissioner. And when you look at my performance contract, and I wish we can go to my performance contract, which page? The National Commissioner assessed me, and has been assessing me 301. The National Commissioner has been assessing me very well. He said I'm competent.
Yes, he promoted you. That's why he doesn't have an agenda against you. Because he promoted you, he liked you. Until he saw some bad evidence.
Yes.
So you are correct.
Now, when you go to 302, you can see that I gave myself the self-rating of competent, and the supervisor also rated me competent, and the agreed rating is competent, all of them. And then you can see the date is 2025-04-04. And I was also informed by the office that manages the performance of the detectives, that says to me, in terms of the performance index of the detectives, it has improved since I joined. In April 2023, it was the rate was at 44.41, and the grading was at 2, and the rating was D, and that is that of the at head office. Now, when you look at as it goes down, it improves from the first one, April 2023, and you can see January 2024, it was at 63, and then at annual, it is 53.84. And you turn the page, you will see that in April 2024, it's at 65. In May, 65.95. When you go to semester one, quarter two, semester one, it was at 71%. In October 2024, it was at 74%. On the 10th month, the performance index of the detectives is at 74.02. And that was also even confirmed by General Rabi in a meeting that the detectives seem to be doing very well, and the performance has never been where it is now for many years. Now, I'm just saying the relationship between myself and the National Commissioner, even when you look at from between January to the 4th of July, we were working well with the National Commissioner. I've been with him, going with him to places. He's been sending me in all important meetings. I've been chairing all important meetings, including the Board of Commissioners. I have been acting also as a National Commissioner. To me, to hear that the National Commissioner has always been believing that I am involved with the drug cartels, that is beyond me. So I'm just saying, I do know that I've been at some point called by the media houses, sometimes media people who says they want answers from me, and then I said, okay, what is in connection with? They say, can we meet? And then I meet, and I listen to them. They say, you know that they say you are about to be arrested, and say, arrested, but what for? They say you are involved in cash in transit and in drugs. I'm every day with the National Commissioner or with the Minister. I'm all over throughout the country. I don't have time to go to
Does he own
meet
a
some
club?
drug lords somewhere and start engaging in the operations such as those. So I'm just saying that I don't commit crime. I'm not involved in crime. It is unfortunate that at this point in time I'm faced with the situation that I'm faced with. My request to this committee, Chair, is that I'm still to participate at Madlanga. I'm facing the disciplinary process. I'm facing the criminal case. And my raid was made public. And then even when I was suspended and I was instructed to return the firearms and the appointment certificate and all that. And then it was also leaked that says, no, we took things such as firearms and this and that. That puts the life of my family in danger. So this is the position where I find myself. I had to prepare coming here, and I don't have my devices, my laptop. I don't have my access to the documents. I had to make sure that I prepare for this. To me, I want the chair to take note that I fought hard, I worked hard to try and be able to present here, but it is difficult for me. Thank you very much, Chair, for the opportunity to present, and honorable members, I really appreciate the opportunity. Just
Thank you
waiting for
very
tomorrow.
much. Thank you
so much,
Sylvia. You did a good
honorable
job.
members,
Thank you
this
for
is
speaking
how we are
out,
going to
telling
proceed.
your truth.
Can I take the hand of Honorable Skosana?
Thank you for telling your truth, Sylvia.
Thank you,
We
Chair.
appreciate it.
I just wanted clarity, Chair, not a question once again. The evidence leader asked the witness about the message on WhatsApp. So I'm not sure whether I heard very well that he said perhaps is the one which he forwarded because he's talking about a CADA or whatever. And I want for him to put it on record in terms of clarity. Does he own up to the WhatsApp message, or that WhatsApp message alleged between himself and the deputy minister is not his WhatsApp? Thank you, Chair.
Yeah, it's just for him to re-emphasize, because I think he has said it
He
in a
denied.
chapter and a verse.
He said even if they show him the
That
message,
is
he
what-
will deny it.
He wants you to repeat what you said, General, but I think I heard you properly when you said, even if it's brought to me, I will reject it. It's not my message.
General, I almost said General. You will be a General, Shah. I must say that is not my writing style. I don't call people comrade. And I don't know who Comrade Okeda Matibula is. That message, whoever has got it must own it. It's not my message.
Okay. Thank you so much. Honorable members, please listen properly.
Okay, we are listening, Chair.
We are going to break for 10 minutes.
Chair, why? Are we not
And
going
then
home?
when we come back, we will adjourn the meeting.
What do you mean, Chair? What are you talking about, Chair? Don't be
No,
naughty
it's
now.
just,
That joke is not funny,
just
Chair.
what-
Ha ha ha, not funny.
just on a lighter note, honorable members, I want to bring the following to your attention.
Chair,
There
we
are
are
two
tired. We don't
honorable
want to
members,
laugh.
Honorable Breitenbach and Honorable Nombalo, who came to me to request to be released for sure. The honorable members sitting next to Nombalo could have noticed that he was struggling very, very badly. So we had to release him
They were tired.
to get attention. And then Honorable Breitenbach had a commitment, which it's a prior arrangement. So I should think the members may be able to rejoin us tomorrow. Earlier in the morning, we read a list of members who were going to arrive late due to the challenges of flights. And in that list, we had not included the names of Honorable James and Honorable Sangoni. So we have to put it on record that the members have informed the table that there were 4 names that were read in the morning. So for the purpose of proper recording, it must be 6 names. Honorable Sangoni, Honorable James, Honorable Matthias, Honorable Skosana, Honorable Nombalo, and Honorable Nwango. Those were the names that should be recorded. And the last apology, or the last two, were for Honorable Malema and Honorable Ngola. And the rest of you arrived on time when the meeting started. So tomorrow, we are starting at 10 o'clock.
Okay, Chair.
And then I want to take this opportunity and thank General Sibia.
You're welcome.
It
Chair.
has been a long day.
It has.
And I very carefully listened to the last part that you made. We want to thank you for your
Where's Kando?
for your
Kando, did you
endurance. And we will meet again tomorrow. Do not take home that statement that says it will be explosive. We are going to be cordial, like we, yeah, like we have been today. Senior Counsel, I want to thank you. Thank you so much. Thank the honorable members for their commitment, the staff of Parliament, under the leadership of Dr. Tuli. I want to thank you so much. The
He's
members
gonna
of the
thank me.
media
You guys will hear. You see,
who
I
have
told
been
you.
with us here.
He said he's gonna thank
the
me.
whole
See,
day
listen,
today.
he's thanking me.
I
Yeah.
also want to profusely thank you. The meeting,
You're welcome,
the proceedings
Honorable
of
Chair.
today have unfortunately come to an end. Thank you so much.
Good night, Chair.
Good night, Chair. It's a pleasure serving you. It's a pleasure. Congratulations, Chair. Congratulations. Oh, guys.
I need some of my phone. Yeah, they're gonna knock.
Yeah, guys, welcome to the live. If you've just joined us, you're very, very welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic Monday wherever in the world you are. Yeah, we did well. We served our country. We listened. We did not judge. We listen and we don't judge. Miss Media, I came here now to hear you. Oh, Sibe. Guys, I want to recap what happened today. I want to recap. Guys, as we are ending this session, I wish, I don't know, in the panel, who's there? Who wants to switch on their video so we can cry together? I want to cry, guys. Yesterday I was telling you how I don't cry, but I want to cry. Like, literally, I want to cry. And you know why? Oh, guys, please tap on your screen. If you're new to the live, you're very welcome. Please make sure that you are tapping on the screen. If you are new to the live, please make sure that you are connecting with me. You click on my profile picture here and you hit the red button that says FOLLOW. Guys, I want to cry. Not as a journalist, not as a what, but as a South African. Oh, I want to cry. You know why? Because my hope, guys, let's be fair. Mkhwanazi does not have evidence proving money being exchanged between Brown Mokhotsi and Ket Matlala and Sibia and Mchunu. That evidence they do not have yet. They admitted they only have communication between some of these people, right? So my hope was that there is some sort of confusion. And my hope was that Sibia will come and we will get to see where the confusion is, right? And in the beginning of his testimony, I really did think that there is some sort of confusion or misunderstanding. But then Sibia did three things that made me feel like, oh my gosh, we're in trouble. First thing that he did, he told us that he had a good relationship with Mkhwanazi. He told us that Mkhwanazi was calling him. Mkhwanazi was telling Sibia, let me know when you're in KZN. If you have a puncture, we need to know so we can assist you. Mkhwanazi was nice to him right up to the 4th of July. So Sibia himself is basically telling us that Mkhwanazi did not have a vendetta against him. So why is Mkhwanazi targeting him if Sibia himself is telling us that Mkhwanazi did not have a vendetta against him? Second thing, Sibia is telling us that Fani Masemula likes him. His boss likes him. He says, you should see my performance report. Fanny Masemola scored me competent. You get a competent. Every Sibia gets a competent. So that's what Sibia tells us, that Mkwanazi liked me. Sibia likes me. And so now, and then you turn around and you say they're trying to frame you, right? Guys, if you've just joined us, you're very, very welcome. Please make sure you connect with me. You can connect with me by clicking on my profile picture. It's right here. Please click on my profile picture and you're going to hit the red button that says FOLLOW. So basically, Sibia is saying to us, when they did his performance review, Masemola, who is his boss, was like, Sibia, you're amazing, you're excellent, you are the ISH, you are it, Sibia, you are the best, you're the best of the bestest. I'm going to give you a competent, and another competent, because you're amazing, Sibia. That is not the narrative we need. That is absolutely not the narrative we need, because now he's saying that Dumisani Kumalo, Masemola, and Mkwanazi are working against him. But in the same vein, he says, these people like me. So it's like, okay, so why are they now working against you? What's the vendetta, right? What is the vendetta, right? So that makes my theory of just a confusion. I thought there's just a confusion, people not understanding each other. Eva Lustus, thank you very much for connecting with me. Guys, if you want to connect with me as well, just like Eva Lustus, you click on my profile picture right at the top and you hit the FOLLOW button. But guys, now it is time to cry, and I just want to pull my hair, because the one thing that Sibia said, which really is driving me up the wall, which is making me so mad, because I wanted Sibia to be innocent, guys. I don't want to lie to you. I want Sibia to be innocent. I want this whole thing to be a misunderstanding, because if this whole thing is a misunderstanding, our country is not in as much trouble as we think it's in. That is why I wanted Sibia to be innocent. That is why I wanted Sibia to go to that committee and redeem himself. Because if Sibia could tell us a story that makes sense, it means things are not that bad for us as a country. But there's one thing that Sibia said that scared me, that angered me, that disappointed me, that hurt me to the bone. In the comment section, if you know what that is, please tell me what you think it is in the comment section. Thank you very much for the heart me. So guys, that is what it is, right? I'm gonna take a panel now, but this one thing that Sibia said for me is the worst thing. It's the worst thing he could have said. I don't think he should have said it. And I think, no, guys, it's not, I'm not an agent of anything. Do you guys want Sibia to be wrong? Do you want to find out that our police are working with cartels? Do you want to find out that our police are thieves? Is that what you want? Because I love my country. I love South Africa. I don't want to find out that the police are working with thieves. I want to find out that thieves are thieves and the police are just misunderstanding each other. That is what I hope. You must understand me. I'm not saying if it's true, it shouldn't be true. But I'm saying I love my country so much that deep down in my heart, I was hoping that the police would never ever work with thieves. You've got to understand what I'm saying. If they're guilty, they're guilty, right? I'm not saying anybody who's guilty should not be guilty. But of course, right now, the best thing for our country would be if our police were clean. That would be the best thing for our country, because then we don't have big problems, right? But for me, and I'm not saying I like Sibia, I like whatever, I like South Africa, I love South Africa, and I don't want to sit here and hear that the police are dirty and they're working with drug cartels. So I was hoping that there was some sort of misunderstanding that would make sense and we could just move on and catch the thieves and arrest them. However, huge disappointment for me. And I don't want to be disappointed. I don't want to be take sides, and I'm still not taking sides because, well, we still want to hear everything that he has to say. But major disappointment for me today was when Sibia said, "Oh, I need to breathe, guys. I need to breathe because how How can a police officer, not just a police officer, an ordinary South African, how can an ordinary South African, not even a police officer, right? How can you sit there and say there are no drug cartels in South Africa? Like, not just a police officer, we all know this. We all know this. We all know this. Kids are dying every day. Everyone is on Nyaube. Like, it's bad. And then everyone in South Africa knows there are drug cartels. We just don't know who they are. And then you have a top cop who he started his testimony saying he's the best cop ever. He told us the arrest he's made, he's arrested Mkhuli, he's done this, he's done. And then he sits there and says, "Aye, guys, no." Like, guys, did you need Mkwanazi to tell you that there are drug cartels in South Africa? Or did you know this? We just don't know who they are, but we know this. I know this because there are drug labs being found all over the country every day on farms. There'll be a 300 million rand drug lab, 100 million rand drug lab. There are people being caught at OR Tambo almost always with drugs. There are containers of drugs being found. There was 200 million rands worth of drugs that went missing. There were cops who were found trying to steal drugs, and then you have a top cop. Ah, you guys, no. How? Guys, in the comment section, did you know that there are drug cartels in South Africa even before Mkwanazi said it? Did you know? If you knew, please say yes in the comment section. By the way, guys, if you've just joined us, you're very welcome. I hope you're having a fantastic day. I'm not having a fantastic day, but I hope you are. Please, if you are new to the live, please click on my profile picture, this one over here, to connect with me and hit the red button that says FOLLOW. For me, outside of everything Sibia said today, that is the worst thing I've ever heard from any South African, any police officer. I'm not even saying police officer, right? Any South African. If you live in South Africa and you think we don't have a drug problem, I don't know. I don't know. If you live in South Africa and you think we don't have a drug problem, what do you mean? Where do the drugs come from? Are the drugs coming into the country one by one? Or, like, we all knew there are drug cartels. Maybe we didn't know the word cartels, right? But we know there's organized crime, and we know there are people bringing drugs into the country. We know that our kids are addicted. We know that our kids are dying. You know, guys, there's a boy when I was young. I don't want to say violent things here, but he was on drugs and he unalived himself by stabbing himself because he thought he was stabbing things on himself. Can you imagine unaliving yourself by stabbing yourself multiple times because he was on drugs? Some people unalive family members because they're on drugs. How many kids do you know who are on Nyaobe? So for anybody to be in public and say, we don't have drug cartels. That's what I'm saying. We knew we had a drug problem. We knew we had people who organized drugs, but maybe we didn't know the word cartel or syndicate or whatever. But we absolutely know there's a group of people bringing drugs into the country. And that is the explanation of a cartel. So I am utterly shocked. I am absolutely shocked that anyone would deny that. And again, I'm not saying he's guilty of anything or whatever, but I would think every single police officer in South Africa knows that we have a drug problem. So guys, I'm disappointed. I'm not gonna lie. I am so disappointed. Please tap on your screen if you've just joined us. Make sure you're tapping on your screen if you'd like to connect with me. Guys, I can't even speak. Like literally, I think I'm even gonna cry. Like literally, I don't want to cry, but for me, no, for me, this has just shown me how serious this thing is. Like, Guys, we have a big drug problem. I'm sorry. Like, it's too much. Like, guys, how can you,
Okay, be coming back. Okay, thank you.
like like, how are we denying that we have a drug problem? How is a police officer denying that we have a drug problem? I can't, guys. I don't know if he's guilty or not guilty, but I'm hurt. I'm really so hurt and disappointed because children are dying, you know. And you are paying these people with your money. Like, your tax money is paying these people. And you're paying them to say South Africa doesn't have a drug problem? Is that where your tax money is going? Like, I don't know if he's implicated in drugs or not, right? I don't know if he's implicated or not, and I don't know. I don't know if he's implicated or not. I don't know if he's guilty of something. But a police officer to say we don't have drug cartels in South Africa. Like, kanti akababoni labantwana who are dying. Can you not see these boys and girls who are on drugs? Does he not watch TV? Does he not see that the ole that guy, that petty guy who helps kids who are on drugs? Does he not see all these TV shows that are helping kids who are on drugs? I'm so sorry, Lizzie. I'm so sorry to hear that. Like, does he not see the kids who are sick today because they're injecting themselves and sharing needles? There are some kids who will never come back from drugs. Some of them even unalive their parents because of it. There are so many parents who are burying their children because of drugs. And you have a police officer saying we don't have drug cartels in the country. That is so disappointing and so painful, because it's our tax money that is paying these people. And again, I'm not saying he's guilty or whatever. I don't know if he's guilty or whatever, but it just breaks my heart that you have cops in South Africa who are in denial of such things, to sit there with a straight face and say drug cartels do not exist. I mean, Y3K says I lost 3 of my cousins in 3 months because of drugs. Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Kids are given drugs every day. Like, what do you mean there are no drug cartels? Philip says my mom died because of drugs. Then like, I don't get it, guys, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to be emotional. I mean, I'm not even talking about whether he's guilty or not, but I am so hurt. You know, I am so hurt that Shadrach Sibia says there are no drug cartels in South Africa. He says there are no drug cartels, and he works in Gauteng, right? I live in Gauteng. Guys, you know what's going on, particularly in Joburg. Like, you know what's going on. Thank you very much, Chucky. Makunisa says, I lost my aunt because of drugs, as her daughter unalived her for money to buy it. Guys, there's so many stories. There's no one who lives in South Africa who should be saying we don't have drug cartels in the country. Like, I feel like this problem is so much bigger than we ever gonna know, because the least he could do is admit that, yes, I don't know the big 5, but I know we have drug problems in the country, you know. Felicia says, my uncle and my friend's child is on drugs. Like, how do how do you deny it? How do you deny it? You know, Koketo says, I lost my brother because of drugs. I'm so sorry, guys, but this is very, very triggering. This is very triggering because we never used to have these things long time ago. You know, when kids were on drugs, it's when they smoked cigarettes. Then we'll say they are on drugs, or if they smoked weed, then we'll say they are on drugs. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kolani. Then we'll say they are on drugs, but kids are doing hard drugs and they're dying and they're killing people because of it and they're getting sick. Guys, please do call in. I'm so hurt. I'm not gonna lie. I'm so hurt and disappointed. And again, guys, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying he's guilty or not guilty, but I'm saying he's flippin' irresponsible. That I can say. As a police officer, to deny that we have a drug problem is very, very irresponsible. Thank you very much, Mbi. It's very irresponsible. It's negligent. It is hurtful. It is so hurtful. Thank you very much, Duncan. I mean, I don't know. It's overwhelming. It's too much, guys. It's too much. It's too much. If this is how our police officers are thinking, if this is how our police officers are thinking, what, like, guys, if you've just joined us, you're very, very welcome. Please make sure you're tapping on your screen. Please go to my profile picture, that one up there. You're going to click on it and you're going to hit the red button that says FOLLOW to connect with me. Thank you very much, guys, for connecting, and thank you for joining the live. Please do call in the comment section. What did you pick up from the Shadrach CB briefing? Guys, I'll do a proper breakdown tomorrow, but I am torn that a police officer can say something like that. You know, I promised myself I wasn't going to cry on TikTok again, but I am so hurt that a police officer can say something like that. You know, I was telling my mom the other day that the way things are, I wish I could come home and try to do something. I don't know what, but you know, because things are just, they're just so bad, especially for the children, you know, especially for the children. And that's what I worry about. I worry about the children, because if we're not helping these kids, what's gonna happen? Like, what's gonna happen to our country? Are we even gonna have a country? If we're not helping these kids, are we even going to have a country?
They built big walls to protect their own children, but don't give a damn about our own kids. That's what they do. They don't want their children to be exposed to what our children are being exposed to. Imagine I've got a 21-year-old son who I don't even have hope on him now, because he's on the same things. I can't even control him because of the same thing.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You cannot control them. You cannot control
Turn
them.
up to be like they turn up to be like animals. You can't control them. You can even become scared of your own kid. Imagine that.
You, you know, some parents have even had to unalive their kids because their kids were attacking them under the influence. Mb, please go ahead. And for a police officer to pretend like he doesn't know these things.
I'm speechless. I'm speechless, and I exactly relate how you feel. We are seeing it every day here. There'll be a time where my fear is at some point we will have a gap where there's an age group that is missing, because right now the youth is going down the drain. Our children are suffering. It doesn't matter where you stay. The drug thing is going to affect you. It is sad. It's so sad. I'm speechless, honestly, and
This is
I'm
a
very sorry to
deputy
see you
national
feeling like
police
this.
commissioner. You know me.
Yeah. You know, this morning I could not wash. I couldn't wash. I went to the gym and I came back. I couldn't wash because I don't believe anything he is saying. And I said to myself, I need to forgive myself and forgive him so that I can listen to him. I've lost it. I'm tired. I am honestly tired. And it's so painful. We sit up until this time. We are not even sure what will be the results of us being watching this till this time.
Like,
I
what are we
mean,
gonna do?
the damage is
What
so
I
big.
know is that
Yes.
even if no matter how hard you can hit a donkey gets tired one day. And once a donkey gets tired, it bites. And when the day comes, they will think it was a dream. Everything that is happening all around the world, it's not a myth. People are tired. People are tired of this politics that has played our minds all along. You understand? Politics will never save us. They are not here to save us. They are all here for themselves. They're all about themselves. They don't care about anyone but themselves. Their children are taken into high facility schools where they are educated, and ours are being fed this nonsense of schooling. Everything they've destroyed, even the sports at schools. That is how they destroyed the children. When you're destroying sports within the schools, the children will not be exposed on anything but doing the wrong things. You understand? If they can I've been trying to say this for a long time, that can you bring back sports into our schools? Our schools are no longer having sports. So what do children do? They ending up unaliving each other for that.
Guys,
They
they're
don't have
giving
anything to
boys
play
drugs.
with.
They're giving girls drugs. They
Yes. They are even doing them with their teachers. Some teachers are doing it with the kids at school. Imagine there's a teacher who even brings this green stuff for the children at school. I can't call it by a name, but they bring them at school. That can you go and smoke? Can you go and fasten up for me?
so that guy Latgagne and Ukolani. So the what are they doing, Kanti? What are they doing if we don't have a drug problem?
He shouldn't have said what he said. What he said, was like he was destroying us actually by lying in the media in front of everyone's eyes, having to lie like that. It's not human. It's inhuman. He couldn't have said what he said. What he said, it was destroying us, the people who knows what is happening. Just because we are scared of our lives, we cannot talk and say other things.
Hello, guys.
Bobo, please go ahead. Just a minute, guys. Please make sure that you're tapping on your screen. Also, if you're new to the live, please click on my profile picture and hit the FOLLOW button. I just wish we could do something. You know, it's not nice to feel so hopeless. Please go ahead, Bobo.
Hi, guys. This is hitting hard everywhere. You know, there are some statements that when you utter them, you can never come back from them. You can never. They will use this to fire him. This guy is going to be fired. How can a whole cop with his competence claims that even politicians, when they try to campaign for votes, you hear them saying, we have a war against drugs. We are going to war. You can't even pretend for his own sake. Yeah.
Can you not just pretend? Yeah, just make us happy and just pretend.
You can't say, I wish these cartels will be brought to book. Just pretend for your own
Just pretend,
self.
yes.
And for him to say this WhatsApp evidence, even if it's brought in front of me, I would deny it. What does that say about, come on, what does that say about him? He's denying the existence of hardcore evidence. Bazo Menzi part. This guy, tomorrow they will show him. And because he cannot articulate himself, it's a struggle for him to articulate himself, even if he knows what he wants to say. They will nail him tomorrow. I can't. Tomorrow I will just literally bath myself at 9 a.m. and wait.
It's just I wanna, those who are not listening, I wanna go. Guys, was it towards the end that he said it? When did he say it?
In all the cases.
When did he say it? Was it towards the end?
Certificate that says it did investigation. I may be wrong.
Was it before
Now,
this or after?
the same member of the political killing trust team members, including Lieutenant Colonel Kumalo, these are the team that are investigating.
Towards the end?
The second thing, Chair, which
was killed, but
Yeah, I think what the member wants to understand.
I don't know where it is.
Appointment of Major General
For what?
within the office of the National Commissioner.
Guys, please tap on your screen.
We haven't had anything.
Tap on your screen.
People that are supplying the firearms.
Is it here?
And who's supplying drugs? Where do they manufacture drugs? Do we know who are the kingpins? Do we know where the clandestine laboratories are? Why are you not arresting them? The presentation was presented by Crime Intelligence. We have those presentations. The big five that is being spoken about is not there. And if it is indeed true, it is there, it exists, why are they not being arrested? For drugs or for whatever reasons it may be. But personally, I'm not involved in the big five. I don't know the big five. So I'm just saying, you ask a simple question, are there cartels or are there factionalism in the South African Police Service? I'm tempted to say yes, but I think it's better left to this committee to look at what is happening.
It's not here. Is it later?
Decide on that.
Well, you said at paragraph 110 of your statement on page 34, I do not believe that SAPS is playing factionalism.
Is it later?
Which paragraph? Then please remind me if you have it, because I know where you are going, Council. Let me put it this way. That is not my language to call someone a Keda Makubela or something like that. Can we read it? But
communication such as cell phones, emails, etc.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Then it's what's it? No. Comrade Matabula has also been briefed.
Say that I worked well with the National Commissioner.
Is it before?
And when you look
is
at
it before this or after this?
My performance contract.
It's before this, right?
And I wish we can go to my performance contract.
Is it before?
The National Commissioner assessed me.
It goes on to say, therefore, only a handful of individuals are privy to the details of the procurement and its usage. They include the current
before assessment,
the Secret Service account head, the supply chain head, and a tech specialist.
Okay.
It is believed that the usage of said equipment
after this
will be for political purposes, targeting ANC leadership.
Okay.
DM comments. DM should take note of the above and exercise vigilance with any type of electronic communication such as cell phones, emails, etc. Then it's what's it? No. Comrade Matabula has also been briefed. Try to check, I'm not sure what is going on.
Now, I don't even know who's Comrade Matabula. And I don't talk the language of Comrade Matabula or the ANC. I'm not involved in politics. So this one, be rest assured, the chair and the House, I don't take responsibility for that message, and I actually deny it with the contempt it deserves. I I don't associate myself in that type of writing, and I don't accept it at all. Total.
So now that as your electronic equipment being seized, you handed it over. It's been seized.
It was seized now, and then they're still waiting for this one that I'm having now.
Oh, it started here?
Okay.
You're still sitting.
And we
still sitting with your
get closer to the microphone, Senior Counsel.
You're still sitting with your cell phone?
Yes.
So I must still hand that over.
They're waiting for it. As soon as I land, they want it.
So you're pretty confident that this WhatsApp is not going to be downloaded?
They won't download it. Not in me. But remember, this is crime intelligence. Anything is possible. But it's not my language, Chair. I'm not a comrade. And I don't know who Comrade Matebula is. And I've never circulated anything that speaks about it, to do this for that for the ANC. Just when you begin to talk about the comrade, and I spoke to Comrade so-and-so, and no, take me out of there. So I'm saying I reject it. Even if they can show it to me, I'll reject it.
Thank you, General Subia. Thank you for your patience and your cooperation and your stamina.
No, the last thing that I wanted to just confirm, Chair, may I say that I worked well with the National Commissioner. And when you look at my performance contract, and I wish we can go to my performance contract, which page? The National Commissioner assessed me, and has been assessing me 301. The National Commissioner has been assessing me very well. He said I'm competent.
Did I pass it?
The performance index of the detectives is at 75. And my rate was made public. And then even when I was suspended and I was instructed to return the firearms and the appointment certificate and all that, and then it was also leaked that says, no, we took things such as firearms and this and that. That puts the life of my family in danger.
Thank you, Real
So this is the position where I find myself. I had to say that because...
Thank you, Real Talk. Can you please try and help us with that? Guys, please tap on your screen if you've just joined us. Thank you very much for joining us. Please click on my profile picture, that one over there. Click on it, and then you hit the red button that says FOLLOW to connect with me. Guys, please also connect with me on my Red app. You can just search Miss Media TV. Thank you, Tando. You can just search Miss Media TV, or the link is in my bio. I do stream the committee or Madlanga, whichever one will be on. That's what I will be streaming. Guys, you know, I don't know, evidence is still gonna come out on this whole thing. My only concern, and I did say, guys, I try to be impartial, and I am not lamenting, I am not complaining about the evidence that was given today. That is neither here nor there. It is yet to be tested. What really bothered me, and I'm okay being partial about this, I'm okay taking a side on this. What really bothered me is when a police officer denies the existence of drug cartels, and he's even saying, if these cartels actually exist, why are they not being arrested? Yet he works in Gauteng, yet he should be the one arresting these drug cartels. Yet just not so long ago, there was a farm where they found like 300 million rands worth of drugs. They are forever stopping trucks carrying drugs on the road. We see children dying every day because of drugs. And I am not even, you know, I don't want you to think I'm being impartial. Whatever happens with him. But for me, it is shocking that any police officer can deny that we have drug cartels or drug organizations in the country. That is so worrying. I mean, there was 200 million rands worth of drugs that went missing. You have people like Bokolani, is it Ntate Moloto and many others who work tirelessly to fight drugs. Kanti labantu bayenzani? Are they just joking? And these kids who are on drugs, what are they doing? Are they just pretending? Or what's happening? If police officers can deny the existence of such, I like it scares the hell out of me. Like, it scares me, because a police officer should be concerned if there is one pill in the country. You should be concerned, right? But there are millions and millions and millions worth of them, and he says no. There are no there are no drug cartels that he knows of. Xolani, how are you doing?
Ngiyaphila sisi kunjani kwenu?
Nami ngiyaphila bhuti wami. Please go
Ngiyaphila
ahead.
nami. Uyazi ukuthi ngizocela ukuhluka kancane. Kuyangijabulisa ukuthi as a South Africa sifike kule lizinga esikulona manje lokuthi sibone ukuthi abaphathi bethu abekho on a ground level. And also kuyangijabulisa ukuthi mhlawumbe abantu abamaphoyisa okumele ngabe sithembele kubona umkhwanazi ufike ezingeni lokuthi kuvuleke izambane esibona ukuthi libolile ka-SAPS, because I tell you now ukuthi baningi omkhwanazi abazoqhamuka besho izinto ezenzekayo emphakathini yethu esihleli kuzona, kodwa ebebesaba ukuzisho ngenxa yokusabela izimpilo zabo. Because I'll tell you now, police station mawuya khona sometimes usaba ngisho ukureport ukuthi kune corruption eyenzekayo endaweni thizeni, because you are not safe or you don't feel safe. So if kukuthi abantu abaphezulu sebevuleka izinqa kanje, kuyangijabulisa mina, because kuzoba khona okuzolungiseka. Bese ngiyabuya ukugcina ngiza la kuma organizations akhona alekelela kulezi zinto lezi ezenzekayo engekho right eSouth Africa. Kunabo njengoba dusho Xolani sizokuthola, ungeke uzongitshela ukuthi uSibiya akabazi labo bantu abakanjalo uXolani bebalanda, okusho ukuthi ubeyihlalela lapha enganako ukuthi kwenzakalani kuthina emphakathini la esiphila khona nezingane zethu. Now ilento ingifakela ukubuka ukuthi ilento iphezulu baphathi, because right now kunama-organization okubalwa kubona abo-March and March, abo-Operation Dudula. Lawo ma-operations abuye akuveze ukuthi kunezinto ezingekho right ezenzekayo eSouth Africa njengama-drugs, izinto ey'kanjalo. Shuthi laba baphathi abazibuki lezo nhlobo, abawalandeli lawo ma-organizations, okwenza sibone ukuthi abasihloniphi thina as umphakathi. So now uma sisizibambela ngezandla basigijimisa izinkantolo, ngiyathanda ukuthi kuyavela ukuthi bavuleke izinqe kanje enkantolo. Ngithi mina phambili akwenzeke sengathi bonke futhi bangaba exposed ukuze sikwazi kuyibambela, sikwazi ukusupporta ama-organizations afana nabo March and March, abo Operation Dudula kanye nabo Sizokuthola Xolani. Thank you siswami.
Thank you very much, Xolani. I absolutely agree with you. It's just kuba nzima kulizwa iqiniso. That's why mina I was saying bekungcono if uSibiya could explain to us. Mhlambe I was hoping ukuthi they just have an internal misunderstanding between all of them. Bekungcono, but sometimes the truth tends to be far worse than what we hope and what we want and what we need. And but I would still hope that somebody in power would know at least isikhohlise. Like, can you not even just lie in public? Just say, I know we have a drug problem in South Africa, but I don't know of the big five. He could have said that. He could have said that definitely there are drug issues in the country, but I don't know of the big five. He could have at least said that, but to outright say cartels, what cartels? I mean, guys, like, ugawabona umuntu makasekafe uvalo to the point that they guys, you know, when you do a wrong thing, we are kasha, like you hide, right? But when some anyway, let me go to Noah. Is it Noah? How are you doing? Or I'm sorry, I cannot pronounce your name. How are you doing? Yeah, he said there are no drug cartels and there's no big five. He doesn't know anything about a big five. If there is a big five, why are these people not being arrested? That's what he said as a police officer. Ndundu, real talk, please let me know if you manage to find it. Ndundu, how are you doing? Ndundu, how are you doing? Esther, how are you doing?
I'm good, Miss Media.
Hmm.
No, I feel your pain. I understand your disappointment and pain because I'm also disappointed. But I think we did expect something like this from Shadrach. I mean, from the way he carried himself the whole day, you can tell that this guy doesn't even care about his work and the oath he took towards protecting the country. Even Kwanazi mentioned the issue of protecting our kids from drugs because he's concerned about the well-being of the future generation. But if you can look, Sibia is all about Sibia power. Hence I said this guy is always about me, myself, and I. So whatever happens, he doesn't care as long as he has the money and the power and the control. And he just wants to be favored. He's more like a lapdog. So it's sad for us as South Africans to allow such people to lead us and say they must protect us. We are not protected, guys. Until we do something about this system, nothing will change because it's clear that these people have a mandate and they are sticking to their mandate. And the question is, are we sticking to our own mandate as South Africans to make sure that we are safe, we are covered? Either we need to create our own groups within our townships that ensures that the law is enforced, and perhaps revisit the policies itself and make sure that our needs are protected, because so far they just write them, present them every month to the committee, portfolio committee. But when you look at at how things are done in the but what you call townships, I mean, even Kolani is showing us what is happening, what is truly happening on the ground. So people know, but they're scared to speak because they'll be killed. So there's an element of bullying and threats. So people keep quiet for the sake of being alive and just move with life because they also want to survive. But then who do we go to when we are threatened? If the same policemen are the one that threatens us, what is our safe place? Where do we go as a community? And I think this is where we need to be angry enough, because even ourselves, normal human beings, we are not safe. I mean, these hijacks nowadays, they are cruel. They're cruel. When they have their stuff, the minute they get to you, they kill you immediately, even when you surrender. So all of us are really going through a lot as a country, and drugs are really killing not only kids but also adults, because I've seen adults who are taking drugs. It's not a nice state. You know someone who's been okay, then all of a sudden they are hobos and you wonder why. So this is a serious case and it's really disturbing. And as a country, I feel like if we can create a platform like this and move this Cyril Ramaphosa, because really this guy doesn't care about our well-being. Let's be honest, he doesn't care. He doesn't care. I mean, Kolani has been showcasing who came through except Mukwanas. Mukwanas is the one helping Kolani, making sure that these criminals are caught. But what about other policemen? What about our president himself? The human trafficking thing is becoming high. Every time I go to my Facebook, checking other suburbs, every day, 10 kids, 20 kids, 3 adults They're missing. Who's doing anything about that? Nobody. So I
Well,
think for now it's
how can
upon
they
us to
do
take the
something
law upon our hands.
how can they do something if they're saying there's no drug cartels? Because these trafficking things go along with those things, right? So in order for police
Exactly.
officers to do something, they have to first acknowledge that there's a problem. And
Correct.
if the highest cop in a province, because Shadrach Sibia is immediately after Masemola. Do you
Yes.
understand? He's immediately after Masemola. So
Mm,
that is the highest cop in the country except one. That is the
true.
highest cop in the country except one person. He's even saying himself that he's higher than even Umkwanazi. If a person that high up can deny that we have in the country, you're actually correct, in the country, because he's national head of detectives who are supposed to be investigating. If he can deny that we have a drug problem and he says there are no drug cartels, the kinds of drugs that are coming into the country, they're not a one-man show. There's no one man who's going to bring in 300 million rands worth of drugs by themselves.
Oh. It's a group of them. Until their kids are being killed by such people, they won't understand the pain. Or until one of their kids take drugs and they become dangerous, they won't understand the pain. For now, it's good for them because they are safe, they have money, they can do and buy whatever. But what about an ordinary citizen?
Oh, guys.
What about an ordinary citizen? Do we put ourselves in their shoes? Someone who doesn't have money, they don't work, and their kids are out there. Then they get in touch with such people and say, "Okay, you need money, sell this, and then in return you'll get 20 rand for the day." Pella, this is the poverty is another drive to drugs because people are trying to survive. Some do it because they want to survive, not because they love doing it. So they made sure that they don't address the issue of poverty, so that is the poverty is the one that makes people vulnerable, so that they can say yes to anything. So Ramaphosa is really not addressing the real issues here.
It is so sad. Like Gushupti, kids are just gonna continue to die. Parents are gonna continue to die. Yeah. Guys, please tap on your screen. If you're new to the live, thank you for joining. Please make sure you connect with me. Guys, I'm sorry for being sad, right? But this is really sad. Guys, please go click on my profile picture and you're gonna hit the red button that says FO. Yeah, that thing. Guys, I'm so deflated. Like in Pelamandla, I'm so when you're deflated, I am completely deflated. My energy is depleted. He's a police officer, Shadrach Sibia. He knows the right thing to say and not to say. Even if it's a lie, at this moment, I would even take a lie. You can at least pretend to care. I know,
Miss
guys.
Media,
Please go ahead. Yes. SABC, you said?
yeah, no, just an interruption. Yeah, the record you're looking for on SABC
Wait.
stream, it's on
SABC.
11 hour 12
Wait,
minutes.
just a minute. They only have one stream for today. Okay.
Yeah,
11 hour.
on
Morning,
SABC,
Honorable Chair.
11 hour, 12 minutes.
12 minutes, yeah.
Oh, it's
Start
right
there,
at the
please.
end.
Towards, yes.
I worked with Minister Begitele.
I'll submit after.
Around here.
I reported to him at that time, and
Okay.
Just go straight to 11, 12.
Okay. Yeah, I'm there.
moved, and then Minister
It's so low. The
You will
volume
see
is
it
low.
would.
I am the one who was involved there. Now, when we were released or removed, all of us, because of the rendition matter, where I was not involved, that's why the court said this can't be, because this man you can see was not there. The same applies to this thing of this disbandment. I cannot for the life of me, where I'm sitting, imagine that an instruction, a lawful instruction comes from the minister to the national commissioner, from the national commissioner to me. And the deputy national commissioner must lose his job because of that. And then they bring other stories to muddy the whole thing and say, no, it's because of the cartels. We didn't know what we now know. They are not connected, this thing. Just tell me what was my role in those cartels that you're talking about. Where I'm sitting, I have a document that was produced by crime intelligence. When the minister said, I want to know who's supplying firearms? Where do these firearms coming from? Why are we not able to arrest these people that are supplying the firearms? And who's supplying drugs? Where do they manufacture drugs? Do we know who are the kingpins? Do we know where the clandestine laboratories are? Why are you not arresting them? The presentation was presented by crime intelligence. We have those presentations. The big five that is being spoken about is not there. And if it is indeed true, it is there, it exists, why are they not being arrested? For drugs or for whatever reasons it may be. But personally, I'm not involved in the big five. I don't know the big five. So I'm just saying, you ask a simple question, are there cartels or are there factionalism in the South African Police Service? I'm tempted to say yes, but I think it's better left to this committee to look at what is happening after our presentation.
I think that's it.
Well, you said at paragraph 110 of your statement on page 34, I do not believe that
He said he's not involved, and these cartels they're talking about. He said the big five that they're talking about doesn't exist. And if it exists, why are they not being arrested for drugs or for something else? He's not even saying, I am concerned.
Yes, I said
He's not even saying, I am worried.
However, we'll make oral submission when I appear in front of the committee on some observations.
Guys, you cannot be a police officer and hear that there's a drug cartel. And you say, well, why are they not being arrested for drugs? Like, he said it's not there. He didn't say, I don't know about it. He didn't say, I want to be briefed about it. He said it is not there.
Miss Media, you know what CBI is essentially saying? He's actually telling us that there's no drugs in the country. That's what he's saying. And
Yes.
that's it's very irresponsible from him. And it's like he's talking as an outsider from the South African Police Service. Meanwhile, he's the number 2 cop in the country. So
Why is he
this
asking us
raises
why
the
they're not being arrested? You know, Big Brother, why is he
because
asking
he
us
should be
why they're not
arresting
being
them.
arrested? Yes.
Yes, exactly. He should be the one that is arresting them. And it's not a question of he doesn't think they are not there. It's the question of whether or not they there is drugs in the country. If there is drugs in the country, then they're not running themselves. There is a syndicate, and the syndicate is normally run by cartels. So
And we know this. You like,
eh,
did we need anybody to tell us this? We know. So why
yo,
doesn't he
it's
know?
it's it's out there, it's on the street, it's everywhere. We have seen 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, there's new bests that are coming out. So where are those things coming out from? Miss Media, the very same way you are said, I'm actually very, I don't know the term that I can use. It's, what this guy just did today, it's so flabbergasting. I will tell you why. He said on Thursday, was it on a Thursday or Wednesday, where they raided his house? On that day, he told the whole country that the police that came by his house, they were too nice to him, right? If you play this record going forward, he says, why did Mkwanazi and Masimola have to send his juniors to come and harass him by his house? So you see, the Thursday statement, is now different from this one that is giving testimony today. So inconsistent. Another one, he says Mkwanazi's face has got rage. He can see the rage on Mkwanazi's face when he's presenting. Every time he talks, he quickly goes back every 5 seconds to his name. But today he tells us Mkwanazi is respectful. He even call him a boss or something of that sort. So you can see that this guy's evidence is like it's 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 not consistent with what he's been saying in the media. In the media, he tells us about something else. Then today now he wants to come in and then give us another statement, you know. It's just that this is not a correct platform, Miss Media. I will check the correct name, but I know that within this very same syndicate of these guys, the groups that Abu KT Molefe, you know, they had a relationship with the late somebody, you know, via the pub in Cape Town, Yep Yep. Sibia also owns a pub in Pretoria around the train station in Bosman. So I will check for you the name. Which name is it? Because if that's the case, then this whole grouping, and I'm not confirming anything here, this is just on allegation. This whole grouping of Kunene, remember Kunene was also big in Sandton, Radisson Blue Square, a hotel with his friend Gayton. They were actually doing this pub called ZAR, ZAR. It used to be very popular. They sold a very expensive alcohol. You've got another pub in Soweto, Pimville. I don't want to name the names because I know some of these guys are here. Not that I'm scared, but it makes the whole sense when you look on the actual combination of these dots to say, these guys, why did Gayton quickly come out on the 6th of July when Mkwanazi finished announcing to say, I know things, I know things. And then now all of a sudden, the whole cabinet executive minister turns around and say, I'm no longer going to give a testimony. Why did he change his mind? And it only happened after KT Mulife was arrested. KT Mulife is found to be in the entanglement with the so-called MMC of transport. Why is PA fighting for transport? Because transport does a whole lot of things on the ground. Why are they fighting for transportation in Gauteng? Has anyone ever asked themselves that question? I'm not saying anything, right? I'm just putting questions for you. Not that I don't know nothing. But ask yourself those questions to say, within the road transportation, what else is being delivered and what else is being moved from one place to the other, such that Usibia can come to the whole nation and say he doesn't think. He's even using his thinking, not coming in with tangible evidence that can be utilized to rebut the so-called craziness of Umkwanas according to him. Because the way he's saying here to us is that Mkwanazi is actually crazy, he is sick. But at the same time, if you pull out the good things that he has said to Mkwanazi, it just makes him to be contradictory towards whatever he's saying. Mina personally, I feel that Sivia should just give up on whatever that he has gotten himself into and make a plea bargain with the state to say, I sold my soul, I was not aware. It started as though it was a joke. I'm into this, but for the sake of the country, I require the country to offer me assurance for protection and then also for my children's in exchange for the information that will restore order into this country. Because what he's doing now, it's clear that this guy has sold his soul. What he's trying to do is just to reiterate the commitment that he's made to the cartels to say whatever that is going to happen, Listen to his statement on Thursday. I'm not going to resign. So similarly, you could conclude by the virtue of what you call deductiveness to say, this guy is also not going to tell us the truth. He wants us to, what do you call that thing where the police put a plastic on you and then put some electrical stuff? I think they must just choke this guy. They must choke him so he can tell us the truth, because he knows a lot, and this lot of what he knows, it's against the country's well-being. It's not even funny, you know. Why did he have to present that thing, that 5 minutes last presentation? Was he asked for any concluding remarks? Why did he do that? You know, him and what you call this guy that says he is a bachelor of police, that Kabinde guy, they are the same. Yeah, they come out and then they implicated themselves. Now they want to change statements. And I'm so proud of what the South African police did on Thursday to take their gadgets, so that it was like more of a chalk slamming, you know, to say you are going to tell the truth because you know that we've got your devices. And if you tell the lies, we're going to pull out the report. Sibia can come in on the national TV and tell the whole entire world that South Africa doesn't have intelligence. What kind? What kind? He tells us that intelligence can do anything, everything, anything is possible. So he wants to insinuate that they took his device, so they're going to feed or put the information that is not there. What people didn't see, next time when someone talks, look at their demeanor and look at their body posture, the body language, look at the projection of the voice. There's so many times that Sibia was speaking as though he's whispering. Ungathi ukhuluma ngefoni angene bathroom, toilet. Ungathi uyahleba or ukhuluma nomakhwapeni umfazi ukhona oseduze, like uyahleba nje, uyamuzwa ukuthi he doesn't have confidence on what he's saying. He's going there, ungathi he's playing skipping. Why? Is because whatever he's talking, he's got this preconceived idea that he's going to marinate us and make us believe that umkhwanazi, and then umasimula were lying. 1 minute he says no, immediate is not immediate. 1 minute is agreeing ukuthi when Masimula says the what you call the PKTT should not be disbanded immediately, he meant that it should not be done. So basically, whatever he has said today, if it was at the court of a law, under cross-examination, I don't think he would have succeeded. His evidence would have not been admitted. The probativeness of whatever things that he has said there, they don't have any value of any legal basis. And for that matter, personally, not because of a biasness, personally, I feel that we are lied today. And as a result, we need to judge him and put pressure on the politicians tomorrow to ask him tough and relevant questions, so that if possible, akhale makakhala nje once, aphume neqiniso. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Real Talk. Yeah, guys, so much is being revealed in front of our eyes, right? If you read between the lines, you can see it. It's just that we are afraid to talk because we do not have the evidence, but we can connect the dots. Guys, please tap on your screen if you've just joined us. Thank you very much for
Media,
joining us.
Miss Media,
Y-
the
yeah.
evidence is there, right? But the problem is that we need more men and women in blue who are saying we are joining Mukwanazi. Honestly so. Because you tell this police officer, the next thing is going to take your name out and say, so and so has told me information about the movement. At the end of the day, if I tell you, you'll be shocked, you know, that the drugs are run professionally and personally, or like by police. Let's not even shy away. If you ask which area, I can tell you which area is run by who, which area by who. Even these guys that are killing people, the so-called Inkabi, Abanye, they don't exist. Is these arrested people that they release at night and they go kill people, they come back. Very difficult to trace such people because you can't even suspect someone who is arrested that they can go out and kill. Who's running that? Is the law enforcement, Abu Fater, in combination with the police. So we need to understand the fact that people in communities know who's selling drugs. People in communities knows who are the dealers, right? But the problem is that the law enforcement has not made us to gain confidence, including what you call this prosecuting authority. They have not made us to gain confidence in them because they go out there and quasi present the cases such that at the end of the day, the judges will come up with 3 days reading judgment where they release the very same people. Then where does your life and your family's life stand after that? So the SAPS now needs to tighten up and say, country, come. Whoever has information, come. We've got the witness protection, what you call program that is tight. And people that are politicians, njengabo ubani ukhola, Bernard, they should also take responsibility also to not release names of these safe houses where people are being taken for operations so that we can come to the bottom of this. We might not deal with it in one night, but the best thing is to start. Once we start, we carry on. We never stop. It will end. It might take time, but it will end.
Thank you very much, Real Talk. Guys, if you've just joined us, you're very, very welcome. Please make sure you're tapping on your screen. Guys, my profile picture is there. If you are new to the live, please click on my profile picture, this one over here, and then you're going to connect with me by clicking on the red button that says FOLLOW. Guys, when you go to my profile, when you click on this profile picture, you will see a little icon of a bell. Please click that icon to know when I am live, because with the Madlanga Commission and with the committee meetings, I do not go live at the same time all the time. I go live as in when the committee happens, or as in when Madlanga happens once it is back. But yeah, please do click on that bell to make sure that you connect with me. Thank you very much for connecting. Those of you who have just connected, I do appreciate it. Tomorrow is a brand new day. We will hear what Shadrach Sibiya has to say. But my goodness, our country is just, it's going up in flames. It's going up in flames, and you feel like you can't do anything about it because the people at the top are the ones denying that we have problems. Medaf, how are you doing? Thank you, Maketso. Guys, I can now understand. I was blaming Mkwanazi a little bit with how angry he got. Thank you, Yvonne, with how angry he got with some of the things when he was busy saying the constitution this, the constitution, it stops us from doing our work, yada yada. I was blaming him for speaking like that, but I get it now. I get it. Daughter of the Most High, how are you doing? Do I need to unmute you? Daughter of the Most High? Bobo, I'm gonna pick you up. I'm gonna drop some of the people that are not responding. I'm gonna pick you up just now, Bobo. Guys, please do keep tapping and please do make sure that you are still connecting. I will be. Oh, you didn't call. Somebody said I must pick you up. You said I must pick you up, Bobo. You said you wanna come in, but you didn't phone. You didn't request. Who's up here? Dukes, how are you doing, Dukes?
Good evening, everyone, panelists, people on the live.
Good evening. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm doing good. I'm also flabbergasted by the input of Shadrach Sibiya. First and foremost, I think it is very clear now that you cannot even start to compare the caliber of Shadrach Sibiya to Mukwanazi. You will think that one is a professional cop and one is a professional criminal. You can't even start to comprehend as to why will Sibiya be the senior to Mukwanazi. That is the issue.
But I think if we were to pay a close attention to what Mukwanas has been saying, firstly, why will Mukwanas come and very strongly condemn the issue of Amapanyas? And in that line of condemning Amapanyaza, you have a city of Johannesburg giving the MMC to the known criminals, which is, we know, the PA. And on the same breath, you have Shadrach Sibia, who was first from the dustbin and only brought into the senior ranking police office. For me, we need to question a lot of things to say the people who made it possible for Sibia to come back to SEPS and appoint him to that position. They knew what they were doing. It was not by a mistake. That is why Mukwanas was saying, these people, they will come to you, build a hall in your house, and you don't say anything, you accept it. Later, they use you to facilitate their criminal activities. And you will have nothing to say, because once you start opening your mouth and being against, then they remind you that you are actually here because of these reasons. And the system is very cruel. And how the system is cruel, I'm telling you that the people who are actually the masters of Sibia, they do not like the contribution of Sibia to this committee, because he's actually conceding that, yes, we are in this business, but I'm not alone. And they will silence him very soon. That is why the other day Sibia was saying, if they really want to arrest me, let them come during the day and let them do it in a fair manner. It's because he knows that he's scared for his life, not from Mukwanas. He's not scared for his life because of the police are investigating him. He is scared because of the people that he's working for them in the dark world. They want his head out. And we can't be ignorant of the fact that wherever Sevilla is pitching his head, everything turns ugly. You can go back and ask the issue of his participation on Senzo Mewa case, his participation on the previous 3 murdered police, his participation on those Zimbabweans redemption issue. Wherever there is via, there is troubles. So such person with a lot of a questionable character, why was he appointed in SEPS to that senior position? It means people, they know what they're doing. Sevilla, for me, I feel sorry for him, but trust me, Sevilla is just a small, he's just a small fish. We need to dive deeper to understand who are the bosses behind Sevilla. Definitely sure. We will find the truth in everything. Sevilla was just being placed there to front and also to protect the interest of his bosses. And the time is not on his side. The sooner he speaks, the better, because we can all tell that the man is not, he's not free. He's scared for his life. He knows that what is coming for him, it is actually too ugly. He wants to portray and make and others who want, why would Mukwanas want his life and want him to be removed? Mukwanas want him to account. That's it. He doesn't want to unalive him. He want him to account.
You know, Dux, that is true, right? And it is so difficult to understand that how people who don't seem to have a grasp of the seriousness of their jobs is. And I think earlier when I said I hoped Usibia can bring a story that we can understand, it's not because I like him or I want him to be innocent. It's because I was really hoping that our country is not going through what we all scared of. Do you understand what I mean?
I'm with you because I was also hoping that Sibia will put another version that sometimes we will start questioning as to why generals Masemola and General Kumalo and General Mkwanazi came out the way they came, because we all know that nobody's entirely clean. But I was really hoping that CBA is going to put a very solid fight and defend himself, and also defend the fact that yes, the criminality of the activities is there, but he's in the same boat as the other generals to fight the same. But for him to come and say these generals are actually mad because they are giving him a good performance raise, therefore he cannot be the part of the cartels. No, no. Actually, General Sivia, he was signing his warrant of arrest in parliament to say, I'm giving up. Trust me, the man is not sober. Something is extremely wrong with him. And he's crying. Unfortunately, he can't arrest himself. But I think Sivia want to hand himself in before anything happens to him. But he can't say that, arrest me now. Make it quicker before they eliminate me.
Sure. I maybe it's true, because I don't know how a police officer can say there are no drug cartels in the country. You don't need rocket science to know that. So thank you very much, Dukes. Guys, please make sure you are tapping on your screen. I'm gonna have to end the live very soon because we have to be up again tomorrow. Tomorrow they're gonna start at 10 a.m. So we have to be up again tomorrow. And I think as much as today a lot of things came out, tomorrow even more things are gonna come out because he's going to be questioned. One thing that they didn't speak about today is Paul O'Sullivan, and I expect it to come up tomorrow. Somebody will likely ask it. You would trust Julius Malema to bring that up, so I hope somebody's gonna step in and bring those kinds of questions up. If you are new to the live, thank you very much for joining. Samuel, thank you very much for connecting with me. Guys, you can connect with me by clicking on my profile picture, that one over here, and you hit the FOLLOW button. Dineo, how are you doing?
Hi, I'm good, and how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Thank you
Welcome
for
to the
taking
room.
my request.
Thank
I
you for
am so
joining.
livid. I am so angry
Mm.
at Shedrick Sibia sweeping the Umtata case under the carpet. Like he makes
Please
as if
tell us
it,
about it.
well, a friend of mine's sister was a side
You're
chick
not
to
going to
this
do this.
guy.
You're not going to do this.
Can you hear me? Oh, okay.
I can hear you.
A friend of mine's sister was dating this guy that is like some big deal in Umtata. He's an ANC tenderpreneur that deals with these ANC guys, right? So this guy was like literally my sister's friend was a side chick to this guy, and he like they shot her dead. Like it was an ugly case. So when we had like an unrest in Umtata, we were running around asking for help. And the guy was so bold and brave to say that nothing will happen to him because he knows the powers that he has. Um when the prosecutors were handling the case, It was like a hot potato. No one wanted to handle the case. It was at this prosecutor's hand. This prosecutor was saying, I'm not going to handle this case. It was moved from pillar to post up until it went to Pretoria. To date, Umtata, yes. To date, we have not had justice for Unam Twa, guys. And Ushadrik Sibiya makes as if it's not a politically inclined thing. That guy is an ANC guy and he's got the powers. He paid them off. He knows everything. When Ulenduza spoke about that case, Umkwanazi, I was like, well, I need to take off my hat for him because he's got South Africa in his hands, guys. The fact that he knows about a case that happened in Umtata while he's in KZN and the Eastern Cape General, we don't even know her. We just saw her on TikTok. He mentioned it in court. I am so angry, guys. It's unbelievable that he can say that case is not politically inclined. It is politically inclined. He needs to account to that docket that is still missing to date. It's not in Umtata. No prosecutor wanted to handle that case to date, guys. That's all. That's my 2 cents that I wanted to share in this platform.
Thank you very much. Thank you for sharing. The saddest thing about all of this is 99% of these people are never going to account. They're never. The only hope that we have now is to get the right people in power so that it doesn't have to happen in future. But the people who've already lost their lives, the kids who are already hooked on drugs, they are gone. Most of them are gone. Have you seen what these drugs do to kids' faces? Just their faces. They change. Uthola umntwana ana 17, but mombhekile you think una 50 or 40. How are you going to fix that?
Guys, I feel like it just takes us as citizens. It starts with us at home by disciplining your own child. It starts there by offering anything that a child wants. Like for instance, I think if Unamhla did like got everything that, because I feel like okay, they were not very much privileged. Hence she dated the guy that had money, and I just feel like we need to work hard in just providing for our families, guys. I don't know how, but God needs to make a way, guys.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing. Right.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Swam.
Thank you for sharing. The loss of a loved one, whether it's a friend or a sister of a friend, it is so profound. Oh, guys, kubuhlungu to lose a loved one, whether you lose them like bashona or you lose them while they are alive. I don't have kids, but I can't even imagine watching your child wilt away, ingane being addicted to drugs. Oh no. Guys, parents are going through a lot, they're going through a lot because kids are not working. They're also depressed. They fall into drugs, and drugs are easily available now, and like in kunzima, and you would expect people in power to at least sympathize with that. And if a police officer can say cartels, me, I don't know any drug cartels, and these cartels, it's not real. And if it's real, why are those people not being arrested? You're the police officer. Why are you not arresting them? How are you asking? Why is he asking in Parliament why those people are not being arrested? Why doesn't he know why those people are not being arrested? Oh, guys, if you've just joined us, you're very, very welcome. Please make sure you're tapping on your screen to connect with me. Click on my guys. Oh, please click on my profile picture, that one over there, and you can click. Honestly, Esther, like, yo, Go
I'm
ahead.
telling you, that guy is more like a
No?
Dracula. He will suck your blood out, Svi.
Ah,
Hello,
Like
hello.
he's a
hello,
vampire.
Sister.
How are you?
Sister,
I've been, I
yeah,
don't
Ping.
know. I'm good, I'm good. I've been trying to raise my hand. I
Oh,
don't
sorry,
know, but
Sibling. Please go ahead.
no, let me say, one must appreciate the platform and say you've been one person, one has never participated in these things, but you've been one person who at least been objective, because most people they just formulate side in these things without any fact and anything. And no offense to anyone who have lost, because there are many people who have lost relatives due to drugs and so forth. Let me first correct the point that said these guys they are not selling drugs. I think following this commission very closely and ad hoc and everything, I think Sibia, what he mentioned was that they had a meeting with every staff. I think it was divisional commissioners, deputy national commissioners, provincial national commissioners, including crime intelligence, where the minister who's on leave asked them if they could uh, find where exactly guns, drugs, and everything. I think in that he said he's got a document, and those people, the Matlalas, the KT, they are not. He doesn't classify them in the big five. Not saying that they are innocent, but when it comes to drugs, because even when you look at the cases that they are arrested for now, for instance, a cat is arrested for relating to the trying to murder his ex-girlfriend Tobejane. Katie, it relates to the sword that Prasa Transnet tender and so forth. So there's nothing so far that, even though even Mkwanas yesterday in the, I think Masemula yesterday in the ad hoc, they asked him about why they are calling drug cartel, yet they are not arrested for drugs, but they've said there are there are cases that have been open. It's just that they can't discuss them for now, which I do agree. Knowing South Africa, I don't think those people, because looking at a cat, I think is one a mischievous character. I don't think he's innocent and whatever, but I'm not a judge. But I don't think that. I think it's mostly linked to Tembisa, crimes, syndicate, what. I don't know much about KT, so I agree with his point
Busiso,
that yes.
Busiso, let before you continue your point, let's listen to it again, okay? Because we did listen to it again. Let's listen to it again, to get the context, and then you can go ahead as well. Maybe make that comment after we listen to it again, because we did hear it.
True, it is there.
What
It
did you say,
exists.
sister?
Not being arrested
We're listening to the thing.
for drugs.
We're listening to what he said again.
Commissioner, to me,
Okay, thank you.
the deputy within SEPs, all of those. All of those, yes. I feel that in my case, remember, I came back as a result of the court order, the labor court that says go back to your work. And many heard General Mukwanasi saying, I don't know why this man came back. I don't know why the organization allowed him back. I don't know why your colleague would say that, because I joined the police at a very young age when I was 20 years old. Today I'm 57 years old. I've been working very hard for this organization, and he knows that how we were released is because of my involvement in the investigation of Richard Mutlu. I'm the one who arrested Richard Mutlu, not him. I worked with Minister Bheki Cele, former Minister Bheki Cele. I reported to him at that time, and General Dramat and Petros. And then General Mkwanazi was just there for a few months and then also removed, and then Minister reappeared. I am the one who was involved there. Now, when we were released or removed, all of us, because of the rendition matter, where I was not involved. That's why the court said this can't be, because this man you can see was not there. The same applies to this thing of this disbandment. I cannot for the life of me, where I'm sitting, imagine that an instruction, a lawful instruction comes from the minister to the national commissioner, from the national commissioner to me. And the deputy national commissioner must lose his job because of that. And then they bring other stories to muddy the whole thing and say, no, it's because of the cartels. We didn't know what we now know. They're not connected, this thing. Just tell me what was my role in those cartels that we're talking about. Where I'm sitting, I have a document that was produced by Crime Intelligence. When the minister said, I want to know who's supplying firearms. Where do these firearms coming from? Why are we not able to arrest these people that are supplying the firearms? And who's supplying drugs? Where do they manufacture drugs? Do we know who are the kingpins? Do we know where the clandestine laboratories are? Why are you not arresting them? The presentation was presented by Crime Intelligence. We have those presentations. The big five that is being spoken about is not there. And if it is indeed true, it is there, it exists, why are they not being arrested? For drugs or for whatever reason it may be. But personally, I'm not involved in the big five. I don't know the big five. So I'm just saying, you ask a simple question, are there cartels or are there factionalism in the South African Police Service? I'm tempted to say yes, but I think it's better left to this committee to look at what is happening after our presentation and decide on that thing.
Well, you said
So basically, so what he's saying is there was a report saying the drug cartel doesn't exist, but he also agrees with it, right?
It says there was a meeting with everyone, including the crime intelligence. Then they tabled a report where they direct these things that apparently minister asked about, whether it's gun, manufacture of drugs, and so forth. He said as he is there, he has a report which indicate, and when it's come to drugs, these people that are called Big Five, they are not the Big Five when it comes to drugs. But it doesn't say that they are innocent, or it doesn't say they are what, but it say they are not Big Five when it comes to drugs, which I will agree with him, which I will strongly agree with him. That these people,
Do you know that 20 years ago, Katiso Molefe was arrested for carrying drugs in England? And he actually went to jail for it.
yes, maybe Kagiso has been jailed or arrested 20 times. That time was London. I think it was London, the time that you are referring to. I know that. And I'm not saying they are not selling drugs, but I don't believe they are a big five of selling drugs. On that one, I strongly believe in what he said. Big five, it takes a serious cartel. It could be Russian, it could be a church what, it could be those big five. To be big five in drugs, you must be one of those people in Cape Town to remember the fight of those people where a stolen consignment of $1 billion or we don't know when by the South Americans cartels. Then they came to Cape Town and murder someone. I think those people maybe it's just that I don't know, and I'm not finished with the report that is saying. But to be a big five, these guys, I don't think they are honest and what guys. But I don't think that some of them they are pushing tenders, they are involved in this, they are involved in the killings of this. I don't think that could be the style of the big five. Not saying that they are innocent. I know Kate, and most of them they've been even Kate. I think he's been arrested previously 18 times. I don't even know how the guy got a tender of 360 million in subs with his record, especially regarding the Tembisa, including the 2022, 2020, it was 2022 or 2023 August, linked to the murder of Babita as one of the whistleblowers in that Tembisa. I don't even know how a guy can able to even get such tender in that institution.
So I think you are correct, Busi. So people are innocent until they are proven guilty. That is absolutely true, right?
I'm not
But
saying they are innocent. I'm not saying they are innocent. I don't think
so
they
you are
are.
saying you don't believe they are part of the big five, so they're innocent even of that, until
No,
that.
no, there is no case. Remember, there is no case of criminality called the Big Five. I don't think that they are innocent. There are slightly chances of getting arrested like 20 times. Like Kafis, and I think he's been arrested for 2018 times, and also Kate. I don't think they are innocent. But to be on the Big Five, especially when it comes to drugs, it takes someone with I don't think those people they are involved in tenders. This one I don't think they are tenderpreneurs. They might sell drugs, but I don't think if in drugs they can be in the level of big five. It
Okay,
it,
I want to
it
read
takes.
you something. I want to read you something, Busisone. This is an article in The Guardian. It's a UK publication. It's from 21 years ago. I'm just gonna read the part that I want to read to you. It says, okay, okay. The potential,
I'm listening.
yeah, the potential for vast profit from South African cannabis was highlighted last week when 5 gang members, led by an unemployed 24-year-old Bill, were jailed for varying terms totaling 30 years. Bill was arrested in a North London flat with 2 South Africans, businessman Aaron Rachlin, who's 53, and 40-year-old Katiso Molefe. When police carried out the search in connection to the robbery, they found 25,000 ecstasy pills and 5.2 kilograms of cannabis and a cache of firearms, including submachine guns and 2 semi-automatic pistols. They also found details of shipment of 2 electrical transformers from South Africa, which were awaiting collection in Ipswich. When police searched the transformer units at the dockyard, they found 825 kilograms of high-quality cannabis. They resealed the empty containers and put them under surveillance until they were taken to an industrial site in Wembley. Beale had paid £65,000 for the cannabis concealed in the transformer units. In the UK, its value was £4.5 million. This is 20 years ago. These people were found with 25,000 pills, as well as 4.5 million pounds worth of cannabis. 4.5 million pounds worth of cannabis is 90 million rands worth of cannabis 20 years ago. Not 90 million rands of today. 90 million rands of 20 years ago. But people are innocent until proven guilty, is what I want to say. People are innocent until proven guilty. But think about those numbers, think about those amounts. But I will say again, people are innocent until proven guilty. But he did go to jail for this one. But people are innocent until proven guilty.
Are you familiar? There's my
This,
friend and something that I have read before in the cartels of South Africa regarding some fights that were happening in Cape Town, like I've said, because there are many people, including Roderman Crasher and so forth, because you know that drugs, prostitution, nightclubs, and so forth. In fact, the organized crime is organized in a similar style. You'll find this These areas where you'll find these guys, they have clubs, these guys. Are you familiar with scenarios or Chulos Zitas or the Gulf, the Gerals, the Checos, the Chaskilo, the Quad? They do have those group when you read about them, then when you find things. Not that I'm saying it can't be. I'm not saying Sissy, someone is innocent until proven guilty. When you are involved, and especially that thing that you just read, I've read that before. On that, my point exactly is that when I'm saying the big five, I think it's something sophisticated to be part of the big five. It's someone maybe who lives in South America and only his shipment that can get to here or live somewhere in Cape Town and so forth. Yeah, then there are people who are selling drugs on daily basis. How many people that are selling drugs? There are people that are selling, there are people that are close to a manufacturer, there are people that are close to distribution, there are people that, there are even people that are in our township that are selling in our township. Those are small scale. It goes with a level and the level and the level and the level. One day I
Thank
will
you
like.
very much. Sbu. I hear you. I hear you, and I respect your opinion. Yeah. So thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Who's
Miss
gonna?
Media.
Okay. King Mutapa, how are you doing?
I'm very well. I'm very well, Miss Media.
You're
Hey,
very welcome. Let me, King, let me remind everybody to tap first. Guys, please tap, tap, tap on your screen and also make sure that you are connecting with me. You click on my profile picture over there and you hit the FOLLOW button. King Mutapa, please go ahead.
Yeah, Miss Media, ratholelwa. Ratholelwa. Ish, ratholelwa. You know, it was very shocking to listen to Sbia. Sbia is basically, he just came there to try and defend himself. But when you look at even the defense mechanism that he's using, it's not solid. It's not solid. He mentions that Noma Semula was saying that he's the best detective. Yaduma Semula is recorded saying, I don't know whether this guy, where was he ever trained as a detective? Masemola has got record, has been recorded saying that in the previous submission. But here, this one says no, he got praised to be among the best detectives. I don't know. This guy is trying very hard, but his things are not coherent. He says this was a lawful instruction from the minister. Yet everybody has explained the role of the minister. Is it that the minister is it his role to bring out such instructions? Is it lawful according to Usbi? You just heard him now on your clip. You are saying it's lawful. So this exposes him that exactly he does not know the role of the minister. I don't know. It defends like it's so poor, it's so shocking, it's irritating. It's so much irritating listening to him. He says no, they had a meeting where the minister was asking where's the source, where does these guns and drugs and everything come from. They presented it, but he never says what is the angithi ulokanje Mkhonasi said these are the sources of these problems are these the big five. Yena uti what is the source. He has never explained anything. He just said we had a meeting and we explained it. Then, but there's no big five. Then where did they come from? Can you explain to us detailed to ask, yeah, if he says there's no big five, what is there? What is bringing these things? Because we see them, they are practical. We see them everywhere. From Venda to Cape Town, we see them. They are there. And they are well coordinated. And if he's saying no, there's no big five, then who is running these whole big cartels? Or according to him, there's no cartels.
He says
If there's no big five,
majority.
these things are just happening haphazardly. There's nobody, there's no people running this thing as cartels. Or what is he saying? Then the minister, what did the minister say? He never says. Okay, minister listened to them, and then what? What did the minister say? He said, oh, all right. Then he went home and slept. They presented, Aniti says they made the presentation to the minister, and the minister said, okay, I heard you, and then he went and slept, and he slept fine. And nothing has to be done. He says, he said, where are the source, where's the source of these guns that are running all over the country? People are being shot all over. Like they're cockroaches. What's the source of these guns that are coming? You know, extortionists are having guns. You know, robbers are having guns. Drug dealers are having guns. Everybody's got guns. And all of them are illegal guns. Where is the source? Because this is like it's a military zone. And he said they presented this thing, an intelligence report. Then tell us as a nation, take us into your confidence to tell us where's the source of these guns. If there's no big five, okay, let's say you remove the big five. What is causing this? Things are just happening haphazardly. There's no coordination to this thing that is happening in this country. It's running away from the simple point of political interference that is there. That's why he says this thing is a lawful instruction. He never spoke of, you know, the container of drugs that they were fighting for. But you see, the nice thing is that today they were just, he was just laying the ground. Everybody they were just asking simple questions. But I want to see tomorrow when now all organizations will be coming for him. Because today we were just listening to his thoughts. Because Yabana Labantu Bama, once you belong to these cartels, you become drunk by this idea of being dominating and controlling things. You are the boss. So you think, I need to they clapping they clapping hands for you when you talk. They say, oh, you are very intelligent because of you are the one who's leading. So they clap hands for you. Now, yeah, we are part of that group that claps hands for him. He comes up with this concept that there's no this thing. It's a far-fetched thing that there's big five. This thing is far-fetched, does not exist. We must clap hands for him. On my side, me, I'm angry. This guy has insulted our intellectual ability to understand what is happening on the ground. He has insulted us. They ask him very nicely, okay, when do you think there is this factions? He never answered. He talks about himself having squabbles with Masemula, Umkonazi, just those squabbles. Therefore, is that thing? There's no factions in the this thing. It appears. It's an open knowledge that everybody knows that there is factions there. From the top, that there's factions. Did he take something before he get there to that stand, Mar? Serious. No, this is nonsensical. To come here and to tell us there's no cartels. Oh, hey, my God. These drugs are just coming, but nobody's trying to dominate the whole distribution network. Okay, they ask umkhonazi kahle ukuthi okay, Matlan, Cat Matala, because of you talking of him that this drug, but why didn't you arrest him for the drugs? Because that was a fair question. And then, like, even it in America that even drug dealers, sometimes you don't get them with drugs, but you get other things that you can hold them to because of they get involved in murder, they got involved in all other crimes. Woman, he's not the first one who's a drug dealer who's been caught in such a manner. Because the main intention is get this man off the road. If you don't catch him with the drugs, get other things around him, other activities around him that you take him to jail for. It has happened everywhere in the world that a drug dealer, because it's so difficult to get him with all the consignment because of the network. But you have to hit it there at the head. How do you hit it? Get other activities. You get involved in the murdering of DJ somebody. Then we drag him into this. Take him out of the road. So to come and say, no, he must be arrested, all the people of the cartel, they must be arrested with consignment on their hands. You are dreaming. You can't get it. It's not going to be easy. Let me land. But I'm saying, Ratahwelo, it's like somebody took annually very expensive wine. He just draw. I think he just drank Mbamba before he spoke there. That one is not the right one. That one.
Let's see
Or
how
cousin,
this whole thing will end. Let's see how this whole thing will end. But yeah, let's see how it will end. Guys, please tap on your screen. After you
but
tap, if you are new to the live, please connect with me. Click on my profile picture, that one over there. You click on my profile picture and you're gonna hit the FOLLOW button. I just wish, maybe for me this thing is so difficult because you guys know I live in Korea, right? So I worked at this other place before. I don't work there anymore. And my boss told me that she's never seen weed before. She has never even smelled it. She doesn't even know. Like in Korea, like weed is a drug. She's like, I don't know drugs. I've never smelled even drugs. And I'm not saying they don't have them in that country, but it is controlled. It's not a normal thing that is easy to find. You will not find children being addicted. And maybe for me, my pain compares, that knowledge, knowing that there are places where children are free, they're not being given powder, they're not being made, and women are free as well. You walk around at night, nobody attacks you. So maybe my pain is also because it's comparative. Maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know. But, it pains me that I can be in a country where I live free. Doesn't matter what time of the night is. I can go out and buy food and eat. I can use my phone estrateni, and I know that if I have a child and I live in this country, nobody's gonna offer my child drugs. Nobody's gonna offer my child anything weird like that. It's highly unlikely. Nobody's gonna steal my child in the street or assault my child, in that way that they do to kids or anything. So maybe my pain is knowing that it's actually possible to be free, to be safe, and to be okay. And knowing that back home, if I go home, I have to worry about how am I going to carry my phone. I have to worry about if I have a child and my child has to grow up in South Africa, will my child be safe? or will I need to buy a 50 million rand house and lock my child in the house in order for that child to hopefully be safe? Not even that they'll be safe, but to hopefully be safe. So maybe that's where my pain is coming from, knowing that there are places where people live in peace, but at home one cannot. Miss Tourist, thank you so much. Thank you for the cowboy hat. So maybe that's why my pain is so deep. When I was in South Africa, I was held. I've told you guys this before. I was held at 3 times. Three times at 3 different occasions. I've had my car stolen before. I have an apartment, a flat that I bought when I was very, very young. It was hijacked by people who hijack flats. I'm currently still paying a bond for my flat that I don't have. It's ashes now. It's ashes, but I'm still paying my bond. I had a car mechanic steal my car and give it away. And maybe my pain is coming from knowing all of those things. But why are such things allowed to happen in South Africa? Like, why are such things allowed to happen? And I'm not speaking from I heard. No, I'm speaking from my own experience, that somebody just took my car, gave it away, never gave it back, and I paid them. I paid them to fix my car. I still remember I paid 17,000 rand. They ran away with the money, ran away with the car. One time my car was just stolen randomly. I have an apartment that I'm paying for, that I cannot live there because it's been hijacked. And maybe because these are all things that the police should be stopping, right, in our country, but they don't. And this is how our lives have become. You work, you toil, you do all of these things, you buy yourself a property, you think it's an investment, it gets hijacked, you don't have it anymore, but you still have to pay the debt. So maybe I'm coming from that place of saying, but how can our country be like this when you have other countries where it's so peaceful, so maybe that's
Yeah,
why I'm
Can
dramatic
I?
about
according
it.
to Spear, we are dreaming. Such things don't happen.
Thank
According
you,
to
Miss
Spear,
Torres.
this country is proper.
That's what I'm not understanding. Bobo, please go ahead. Mudibe, I'm gonna take you next. I'm sorry for keeping you so long. Bobo, please
I
go
wanted.
ahead.
Oh, hi everyone. I just wanted to add the anger and the dissatisfaction that you're feeling is not something that's just because you're comparing it to another nation, but it's because I think a lot of us are coming to the realization that the rot and the disorganization and the capturing of the SAPs is far deeper than we all assumed it to be. I mean, when you see people in government, politicians who are meant to make our lives better, we elect them to be there, becoming the criminals themselves. The people who are supposed to keep them in check are the security cluster, are the police. And then you get a police officer who is trying to put his defense above the truth that the nation needs to hear. Nobody with common sense would ever say such a thing, that there's no cartels in South Africa, and the allegations that he was making. It's clear that he was saying it out of self-defense, that he was of the belief that if I can just make people believe that this thing doesn't exist at all, maybe my participation in it will disappear. The suspicion that I am a part of it will no longer be given any kind of oxygen, because I'm saying it doesn't exist in the first place. And I just wanted to tie it to certain things that I had heard, one from Kwanazi and one from Caesar Mpofu Walsh did an interview with Gog Obru Mashikwi, where he was basically saying that for the struggle of freedom, the ANC was working with criminal elements, when you're trying to smuggle weapons into the country and all of that. So that relationship between those who are in power and crime and bosses of the underworld have always been there, and when they came into government, it was not something that they could easily just get rid of. They came into government with them. I mean, Mkonazi himself said that Zenzo Mkunu was he is trying to become president. I think it's a was thing right now, and obviously was using these connections that he had to try and get there. Like, he had a political ambition. These ones had a financial ambition, and they were helping each other get to what it is that they want. I mean, even these CR17 files, there's a suspicion that where did you get your money from? And now, if you're hearing that Kat Matlala was donating to ANC delegates, you realize that these people have been friends and have known each other for quite a long time, and they work together. So you would assume that the people who are in security, supposed to put the nation, the country, the safety of all of us above everything, basically protecting and being a part of these criminal syndicates, you get so deflated and defeated that, like, who are we supposed to turn to? And with what Mkwanazi said, that has really stuck with me when he was talking about the July unrests, right? He said it's unfair what they've done to defense, what they've done to the army. They've basically crippled it. And once SAPS fails, we have to go to the army. And we know that they've crippled the army as well. And so you have taken over these security forces that are supposed to keep you in check, right? They're supposed to watch you. I mean, Fani Masamola got there and he said, the minister's my boss. What the minister says, he didn't really say it like that, but then he defers to the minister. And so you have police commissioners, you have army generals who are unable to stand up to these political figureheads because of the amount of influence that they have embedded into these institutions. They're looting it, which means they don't have resources to actually fight against them. And now they influence the internal running of these institutions, in that anything that may come out about them, they are in direct control of it. So it's kind of sad to see somebody, the number 2 cop in the country, basically just confirm our worst fears. Obviously, it's the innocent till proven guilty, but we've seen enough. The things that he's saying, the things that have been alleged, it's just, yo, man, you guys are our last hope to try and deal with the corruption and the crime, and you guys are the participants. So it's angering and it's really painful, because what are we supposed to do now, you know?
Yeah, Bobo, you're correct. It's like, what are we supposed to do now? Like, what are we? Oh, guys, are we expecting too much? No, we're not expecting too much. Like I said, there are other countries in the world where things are working. I'm not saying they're working perfectly right, but they are working. They are working. At least people are feeling safe. At least people are feeling safe. Guys, please make sure you are tapping on your screen. Don't forget to tap on your screen, and then please click on my profile picture, that one over there, and then you're gonna hit the red button that says FOLLOW to connect with me. Guys, I will be ending the live in 20 minutes. Mkaya, thank you very much. One thing I don't like about this ad hoc committee is that it doesn't give us enough time to debrief and talk after the committee, because they finish so late that after they finish, you just have to go and sleep, because tomorrow morning you have to be there as well. That's one thing I don't like, because I think we just need to debrief after all of this. By the way, guys, I think we need to also prepare ourselves that nothing might come out of this, right? They might find that this was just an office squabble, but it arms us with information. It gives us information. So I think we need to brace ourselves that maybe nothing is going to happen to anyone. But I think just the gift of information is important. Mudibe, how are you doing? Hi guys, I'm doing good, and yeah, I'm still very much in a state of shock based on what I heard today. It was very interesting for me to observe the second top cop in our country to disclose some of the information that he did. And he did it in such a manner that was so, for me, it was disappointing. And one of the things that I noticed, I'm not too sure, but I stand to be corrected, he seemingly doesn't know how to, or he doesn't know how to articulate himself, or he doesn't have a strong command of the English language, which is slightly disturbing for me. And I know that English is not his mother's tongue, but also at the same time, I'm like, for someone in that position, you should be able to articulate yourself clearly. Yeah. Nodibe. Okay, let's go to Kujo. In the meantime, Kujo, how are you? Hello. Are you Oh, back, Nodibe? Yeah, yes, you I'm were back. gone. You were gone. So up as well is that his he's not answering any question. He's deflecting. He's deflecting because with some of the information that he provides as a source of evidence from his part, it's not giving any stance to his argument. It's not making his argument any stronger. And I understand today maybe that's why they didn't probe, because it was still examination in chief. Tomorrow during cross examination, I think that's where we'll get to the crux of the information. Because with also some of the things that he was saying, when he was saying that South Africa has no crime intelligence, I mean, that's where you get most of your intel and your information. So if you're saying there's no crime intelligence in our country, are you discrediting the whole entire sector? Are you saying the information that they give you is not credible? And yet on the same, he's able to receive information about crime intelligence from Brown Mokgotsi, who is not employed by the state, and he doesn't see an issue with receiving top secret information about police that a civilian should not be giving him information about. I found that very disturbing. Like I found that part very disturbing, and now he's also accusing Umkhwanazi ukuthi Umkhwanazi knows nothing about investigation, and Masemula or Ukhumalo was a driver kaMkhwanazi, and that's all he knows. Like that's yeah. I'm just at a loss of words, actually. Thank you very much. Oh,
Yeah, he said we don't have intelligence.
guys,
And
I
when
need
he
to
got
take
questioned, he withdrew.
please keep talking. Kin, I need to take a headache pill. Honestly, I must just be honest with myself.
I'm very
What did we
sorry.
hear? What did
Kuti,
we
I'm very
hear
sorry.
today?
Let's
And
see.
what
Yes,
did
we
we?
are. We really have a headache.
Hmm.
Hey.
What were we listening to? And you know, Sibia came in confident. I really thought he's gonna have us eating out of the palm of his hand. And I will tell you, I do think there is a power struggle as well going on there at the SAPS. But yeah, uh, uh, no, that's that's very very evident, Uguti. There's a power struggle, but I would have hoped, Uguti, the people who are in command would be able to supply evidence that would at least provide some sort of clarity and show that, you know what, even though there's a power struggle, but there's a power struggle in terms of the execution of their work. But in this instance, the power struggle is that crime has infiltrated the SAPS, and it's about actually following through with arresting the people who are committing so many crimes, like the syndicates that they're making reference to. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy that at this point I'm starting to believe, because even with this house, I questioned, because it looked very luxurious for someone with his salary. So now with all of the things that he's saying, that we don't have what's this, crime syndicates in our country, and I'm like, oh, maybe that's why, because you're turning a blind eye to most of these situations. And I mean, Gauteng is the economic hub of South Africa, and you cannot tell me that you haven't observed such things when our country, oh, Johannesburg is literally going through a decay. Yeah.
I think Johannesburg is going through a decay. Are you agreeing that maybe there is a lack of crime intelligence?
No, I'm saying a decay in terms of the criminality.
Yes, I'm
No,
I'm also saying
they
that.
made crime intelligence to be weak so that they can take over as cartels.
No,
For me,
I'm
I'm not.
asking Modimo that he's saying, and we all agreeing here that the state of crime is unbearable. Of which
Yes.
I think we are all agreeing. If there's one thing that we are agreeing, and we are agreeing that drugs are bad things and our future, because we've all, I
And
think,
it's
at a
not only
position where
drugs, it's other,
no
it's
other things, other
mm.
criminals. Whether I've heard the story about my sister, which is very bad, including his building and the car. But if we're saying that, and there was a concern because the I think it was the lady from Action
SA.
SA, yeah, she said it seems like the three generals have the consensus about the state of crime intelligence. So I'm asking that if someone says there is a lack or there is no crime intelligence or the crime intelligence is weak, what is wrong with that?
Well, he can make that observation to say crime intelligence is weak. However, that's not how he put it. He said there's no crime intelligence. That's a completely different thing. I mean, we can go back and forth about what we consider crime intelligence and the powers that they have and how they've been weakened. But you cannot say, as the second top cop in our country, that there's no crime intelligence. Then that means the information that you're receiving from that particular sector should not even be considered. Like,
Crime intelligence. How did they produce the report that they say they had a meeting with the minister, that they were describing where the source of all this powder is coming from and the guns are coming from, but there's no crime intelligence. What were they reporting on? He said he has the report.
Also, Sure, you guys. know, the truth of the Guys, matter I just is, want to add up. oh, Kuto, I will take you just now. I just wanted to add that the truth of the matter is we know, right? If you're a researcher, you know this. You can make data say what you want it to say. That's just the truth. If you are biased, you can find the correct facts to support your bias. There's nothing like that. The fact that there's no cartels, maybe, and remember, Big Five is a made-up thing. It's a label that the SAPS itself gave itself. It's not a general word. So how do you say there's no Big Five? Because Masemula and his team and the detectives, they made up the word Big Five because they found people that they think are five are connected. So then how do you write a report and say there's no Big Five? It doesn't even make logical sense, right? Because Masemula and his team, they're not saying there are no aliens or there are no black people or there are no white people. They are saying we saw a group of people who are a powder cartel. Thank you very much, CE. They said we saw a group of people who are a powder cartel. To make our job easier, we are going to call these people the Big Five.
and
So
remember,
how do
this
you
is still
then do a
within
report?
and remember, this was a skeleton framework. They are
Yeah.
still very much in terms of their infancy, in terms of investigating. So there is still no meat to the bones. It's just the bones. And this is what
Yeah.
they've identified through their investigations, that these are the common people that seem to
Yes.
appear the most when we do our investigations.
So how do you then say it doesn't exist? Because even the people who are coming up with the theory, they're not even finished with their investigation. So how do you do a report and say, but that investigation doesn't exist? Like it doesn't make common sense, right?
And it's not
And
even his place to do that investigation.
yes,
It's outside of his scope of work. So if
mm.
he's saying he knows nothing about the drug cartels, how can you draw up a conclusion meanwhile you don't have the information before you?
By the way, guys, I told you, right? I told you that Mkwanazi or Masemula, I think it's Mkwanazi. One of them did tell us number 3 on that Big Five. I just can't find the clip, but I know who number 3 is. But Mkwanazi told us I can't find the clip, so I can't do the video. I want to do the video about it, but I want to find the clip because you guys are going to say I'm lying if I don't find the clip. But Mkwanazi's videos are very, very long. Remember, he testified for 3 days. So I can't listen to 3 days, like that many hours one by one. But I know Mkwanazi did say the name of the third person. I think he wasn't supposed to. I think he was just he was just annoyed and then he said it by mistake.
Or maybe
Kuto,
Yes, guys.
How are you guys? Very well, thank you. How about you? Very well. On the issue of the statement that was raised that there's no intelligence. Ne? I believe they've said there's no intelligence because of they know that the intelligence that we have is being ruled by those cartels. So those guys they can't work in peace because of their instructions that they had to get from the upper from those guys, the likes of Ketmatala and whomsoever those criminals. That's why they're saying there's no such because of they know that if you can work on someone's case, if you are working under intelligence or hawks or whatsoever department, they will tell you that no, this person you mustn't work on him because of they do have power. I think that's the reason they said they don't have intelligence because of they're afraid of working because of they're working with.
But
I think
guys, I think it's you cannot say there's no intelligence. You can say intelligence has been infiltrated, because those
yeah,
are two different meanings.
yes.
Because then, remember, this is airing out to the world. You need to be very careful as to how and what you say for also the world to observe and digest. So if you're saying there's no intelligence, you're also showing that we are basically a kangaroo country and we are running amok.
Mudibe, if you can remember very well, now, President Zuma, the ex-president, yes, Mr. Zuma, he was once a head of the intelligence when they killed Chris Han. So the intelligence that we have in South Africa, it's very strong. It's very strong. If you can go through the history of the intelligence of this country, it's one of the best. So what these people they're saying it because of they know that they do have intelligence, but the intelligence that like they don't work accordingly to the way they're supposed to work because of fear.
No, that I do agree with you. There is interference within intelligence, and it's by and large through political interference. That I do agree. But they
Yes.
must not say there's no crime intelligence at all, because it's scaring us as citizens to say then where are they getting their information? And I think maybe they need to also do justice to us who are listening to explain what is intelligence, because text of WhatsApp is not intelligence. Pictures of WhatsApps is not intelligence.
The
Can I,
problem
can
is
I
that
have something?
these people they are contradicting themselves because of I think they're contradicting themselves because of fear or whatsoever that they are talking of. They don't think before they talk. These people like don't understand
Marquito,
what it's doing.
Quito, is it because of it's after 12 is approaching one that I feel like I'm dreaming. You'll say the intelligence of South Africa is very strong.
Yeah, it is.
With this thing that is taking place, we see, you know, the extortionists that are even in the villages, but you have intelligence.
My brother.
Teachers they have to be taxed by extortionists, but you have intelligence.
You know
Powder
the reason that
everywhere we have intelligence.
yeah
Foreigners are going through every door, river, and we have intelligence. What is its
yes
use? What is it doing? If it's effective.
they are there and it's effective. The problem is that the cartels that are there and okay, let me just give examples with these cartels.
How can you say something that is run by the cartels is effective?
It is it is it, it
It's
is
not effective at all.
my brother, listen to me. It is effective, but the problem is that they are being disturbed somewhere somehow that they can't work accordingly to the way they're supposed to work because of they are high profile people
Why
who are
don't they profile the same people whom they have, who's capturing them? You should profile your boss.
the problem is that if
Guys who say that, how can you be captured if you are intelligent yourself?
the problem is
You are
that
captured.
if you
Whereas as an intelligent, you should be the one to infiltrate and capture others.
my brother, this country that we are living with, a wise man once says we are living in a banana country. So just check from the president. The reason
Akere Kuto, Brakuto, Bona Ndate. The job of intelligence is to make sure that they infiltrate the cartels, they capture the cartels.
Yes.
But now it's opposite. The cartels have captured them
Because
and got them strong. This one.
it's
But
not
the
right.
job of intelligence is to provide information, critical information for the police to do their work. They are
Guys,
the ones who can. Kahle, intelligence is supposed to create and infiltrate the very same drug cartels we're speaking about, so that they are supposed to gather information so that they can get arrested and supplied to the police to do their job. However, in this instance, the intelligence that we are referring to, because I think there's a misunderstanding of what intelligence is.
Manipulated by the same cartel.
Hey,
you see,
I think there's a misunderstanding of what intelligence is, because also with the evidence that they're presenting, I'm a screenshot on my WhatsApp is not intelligence. They should have said, like, for example, right now that we are on a live, and if Miss Media and I were in the same location, intelligence would have been the GP coordinates of us being in the same place. Our cell phones are on. They would have been able to listen on to the voice recordings between the conversations. That's what intelligence is.
Mudibe, let me just ask you guys, all of you on this panel, our president Cyril Ramaphosa, don't you think that he doesn't know all these scandals that are happening in this country, or he doesn't know all these people? Because of, as a president, you have to get daily updates each and every day. There has to be daily updates
He
from the
knows
intelligence.
more. He knows more than what's being said.
Yeah, so you see that that's why our president he's even protecting these guys, because of he knows that he's been chowing the money also. So he's supposed to get the updates from the intelligence on a daily basis that this 1 2 3, this is what is happening today. I think this morning they got drugs at, I think, KZ and Devon Harbor, somewhere there, drugs that worth something like 15 billion or something. So those kind of drugs, tomorrow or next week you will hear that those drugs are missing, same like the ones that have just missed last year or whensoever. So you see, like, this country.
But can I ask something to the panel as well as to Miss Media? Do you think maybe now the idea should be entertained that the South African police force should be decentralized, in the sense of that not all information should be directed to one person, like Minister of Police? Because if that position has been taken up by someone who is weak and has ill intention, then such things will take place. And I think this is what Umkwanazi also argued, ukuthi maybe it's time to decentralize the police force.
You know, somebody disagreed with him, and I also disagree with him. And that opens more pockets of power. So we have 9 provinces, right? Out of the 9 provinces, now you have 9 powerful people. What if 5 of them are corrupt? So currently, as it is, it's more controlled, because you can control the corruption a little bit easier. But what I do think needs to happen, I think there needs to be, and Fani Masemola said he has started, robust lifestyle audits. And the police force should not be scared of firing people. And I think they're doing a good job, because they're arresting police officers a lot these days. They're really arresting a lot of police officers. They said they arrested 34, the PKTT arrested 34 police officers. So I think those arrests should continue. And I think judges should be roped in. And there should be a way to give police officers harsher sentences. Why? Because they took an oath that ordinary citizens did not take. So if you took that oath and you abandon that oath and you start doing crime, surely the price you pay should be higher than the price that an ordinary citizen pays. And I think there should be a special unit that deals only with investigating police officers, only.
But do you think that it should also be extended to the judiciary? Like the very same lifestyle audit that you're mentioning should also be done to prosecutors and judges as well.
Absolutely, yes. But one would hope that the fraternity itself judges themselves would do that through their organizations that take care of them, you know. The reason I say that is because once we start arresting judges, we also have a problem. It's the same as once we start arresting journalists, you know, then we have a problem because in a way we are messing with either freedom of speech or the I guess the sanctity of the profession. So I think the profession itself should really be willing to look at itself and clean itself out. However, the sad reality is that most professional bodies will deny the truth. They are not willing to say we have some rotten judges, we're gonna deal with them, and I think that's the tragedy of it, right? So then these people have to be dealt with via investigations, police investigations, because the profession itself hasn't managed to police itself. And so I think this opportunity is a good opportunity for professions, even for journalists. You know, the other day somebody asked me, how do I feel about Kwanazi saying journalists should be arrested? I think that's just ridiculous. Journalists should not be arrested. However, if anybody is doing crime under the name of journalism, they should pay for it, because they're not only doing crime, but they are defiling the industry. So they should also be held to a higher standard. But I can say that because I know I don't have a scandal. I know I don't have a brown envelope, so I've got nothing to worry about. I don't know. But I think that the industries themselves should self-regulate, and they should do so ethically and honestly and willingly, you know. Because when we can clean ourselves out, then we don't need the police. We don't need the police. But Yeah. in this instance, I feel like, especially for the judiciary, uh, there's some sort of virtue signaling that they think they're above the fray. And when accusations are being placed against them that they've been infiltrated, they think that most people are lying or those allegations are false. Where in fact, based on the things that we are hearing now, it's clear that they've been infiltrated, because then it wouldn't take place if they weren't. Hmm. Yeah, it's absolutely true, and which is why I think that the Judicial Council should do something about it. They should be willing to clean themselves out. If not, we might have to have the police arresting them, which is terrible, terrible for our democracy. You know, it is
But
terrible because remember these people, ne? Like the judiciary, I'll say journalists as well, because journalists are also part of the fourth estate, not formally, but we are, you know, part of the people that help to keep order in the country. And if that is your job, you should be beyond reproach, and your moral standards should be higher than high, meaning that you should be able to look at yourself, inspect yourself, and say, where am I failing, and fix it. If you do not have the ability to do that, then we also wonder, should you even be a judge?
Miss V, you know, ne, you've talked of signing an oath, ne? It's a very huge thing, that one. All of these people, they've signed oath. Ne? All of them, the ones that we were talking of. This thing of these commissions, I think it's just a waste of money and a waste of time. These people, they do have evidence. Why don't they just arrest them? Because of this thing of commissions is just a waste of money, state resources, and whatsoever. They know that these people, they did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why don't they just arrest them? Because of, okay, simple. If you're a civilian person like me, ne, if I can commit crime, I'll go to court. They will sentence me 5, 10 years. These people, we know what they did. They've committed crime. Why don't they just arrest them? Than to waste state resources and the millions that they are wasting. Check now, the money that they are wasting per day on each and every commission. You know how much is it?
At this point, I have to disagree. Like, at first, I thought this commission was going to be a waste of time. But like what Miss Media says, information in this instance might just be the greatest gift to be handed over. Because if the commission weren't taking place, we wouldn't be
we wouldn't be confirming our suspicion. I think this commission has just confirmed what we've been seeing. It has confirmed that we are not crazy by what we were observing.
That is
I agree.
absolutely
I fully
correct.
agree with you. This commission also, beside exposing criminality, also on how to fix these government institutions, because there are many gaps already. I think from the subs that commission has already identified, and in terms of moving forward, like separations of powers, who is who on the zoo? Because there's Section 205 and Section 206, and in terms of minister's role, where they said for policy and directives. So for policy, 1, 2, and directive. And this commission, I think, with all the legal minds and experts around it, will come up with solutions. And in terms of things that have already identified as one of the things is crime intelligence, and they've said, because what I like is that where did we go wrong? Some have said it tracks back to the times of Jackie Sedebi. These things, even in the Polokwane conference, when some of the generals uh, uh, were not happy about the outcomes of the conference. They did this and this, and then the times. And remember that in South Africa, there is only one commissioner that has finished his term. It was the first commissioner after 1994. So all these national commissioners, they didn't finish their terms. So this commission, somehow, somewhere, I believe that it will bear fruit that country will benefit on, and crime that will be exposed, because either way, and I'm sure there's only one side that have learned. If you listen today, Sbia, he also came up with some 4 members of PKTT that he said they benefited from the Fort Hare accused number 1. They bought clothes, hotels, and money deposited to their account, because I don't think that this site is clean or angel and this site is devil. I think there would be something on every side, and either way, when a corrupt person is identified, South African would benefit from that. And moving forward from this, I think even from the people that will occupy these offices, it will be people that they've seen what is happening, that they can be exposed, that they can remember that some of the people they've claimed that they wanted to take their evidence to the Zondo Commission, but they didn't get a chance. In Kwanazi, said that. Also, Paul Sullivan, because I was watching a 1 hour, 10-minute video today of Paul Sullivan, also saying that he had some videos and so forth, including the state capture and the SAPS capture, including the roles of Mzuli and those who benefited from it. And it seems like the crime intelligence has always been a war, because I don't know if the slush fund or something, but it seems like that. And after these days, even that there are 2 accounts in the crime intelligence, maybe if they can be, Konas suggested that, we don't know, maybe if they can be put into one, that one of 600 million with the slush fund and the normal account, maybe if we can put into one and being maybe monitored or investigated by the IG. So I think this commission will come up with something. And look, now we are speaking it more than Zond, and it's already one side that has spoken. And I'm sure the other side is coming, and there will be something.
But
Yeah.
also, I think it's also very important for us as citizens to take this information given and to use it as a form to help us to decide what to do with our power, which is to vote.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Guys, if you've just joined us, thank you for joining. Please tap on your screen. We're going to end the live now. I'm sorry for those of you if I couldn't pick up your calls. I'm going to take Lukanya and Linda, and then we're going to end the live. We need to prep for tomorrow. If you are new to my live, please connect with me. You connect by clicking on my profile picture, that one at the top. You click on my profile picture and then you're going to hit the red button that says FOLLOW to connect with me. Linda Shongwe, thank you very much for connecting with me. Those of you who are tapping on your screens, thank you very much for tapping. Guys, can you tap, 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 tap? Thank you very much, Mudibe, for joining. Guys, let's tap, tap. Let's get to 800 if we can. Thank you very much to those of you who are connecting with me. Lukanya, how are you doing? Lukanya, how are you? Your mic is unmuted, but I cannot hear you, Lukanya.
Oh, Lukanya, Miss Mida, can I pose a question? Are we thinking in this whole thing that there are devils and angels, demons and angels?
I don't know. Oh, see, oh, baby. Oh, so cute. Ugh, imagine a small baby like that coming into this crazy world. Guys, we have to fix this world for them. Okay. Linda, how are you? I'm all right. How are you? How are you, my Um, leaders? I'm so happy to join you tonight. You know, I was so very interested in this conversation, which I've been following through since the beginning. You know, this is a great conversation. In effect, I appreciate that you afforded such a platform, which now allow us as the people to vent out, you know, our feeling about the state of the country. You know, I'm from Pumalang. I happen to be one of a person who've been privy to corruption tendencies which were happening, especially around my community, and then such initiatives were associated with the ruling party, and it pained me that so much in a way that I was a person who was fighting for success at that time, you know, and then I was never given an opportunity to take part. Let me give you an example. My community was just developing. We had a gravel road leading to the main road, to the N4. Then we had like, there's a fight, the construction of the road had stalled. Why so? Because the big guns, people who are superpowers in our community, members of the organization that is ruling the country, had now like taken over in a way that they are fighting who will run the project, who will do fueling, who will bring workmanship or your kind of machinery into the project so that they can benefit from the project. You understand? Um, as a local member, I was never hired in the thing, but I'm from there. Only people who were favorite and very close to them were hired to conduct the project, and I was forced to go back to my mother's land and go back to my mother's land. I'm a South African, but I'm living in a foreign land now because I couldn't get a job where I'm from. You understand? This corruption has killed the economy of South Africa in such a way that it has kicked us out of there. I love my country as I do, but now I had to go back to to the other side, so to expose myself to other opportunities because I cannot tap into opportunities because I am not a favorite of the people who are running the community because you know it is a matter of who are you. If you're not a person of the ANC, if you're not a person of who's known by so and so, you are never going to get a job. But I'm a South African. You understand?
Linda Shongwe, how is it, my brother?
I'm good, my bro.
You know, let me just give you a practical example. No?
Mm. on what you've just said just now. If there's a tender that is going to be awarded, they will bring their people from outside that whatsoever village or place. They'll bring them and say, this person is the main contractor, so that they can take someone who's powerful outside and bring him here. He's going to work with you and leave the peanuts upon the community, and then take that money and share it with those who are powerful, who are going to eat those millions with. You understand? So such things, this thing of extortion, like it will never end, because of it includes the top officials, which where the tender has come from. The minute they come with a tender, maybe for public works or whatsoever, if they come with a tender, they already know that this job, if it's 200 million, we are going to give it to King or Susiso, because of they know these people, they are capable, they are one of our cartels. So guys, this thing of this country is going to take long to be fixed.
You know, the sad thing, is that, people usually talk about Nigeria and all that. Nigeria was once great. And this is what happened, that the first threat to the development of the country is the brain drain. We have intelligent people who are very, very dedicated to their work, but they cannot get jobs inside the country because people are hiring based on who you know.
Like
And
me,
even
I'm a qualified journalist. I did like everything, my bro. And now I had to go back
Miss
to
Lydia, she's out. She's out of the country. And this our brain drain. And once you have the brain drain going out of the country, it means our intelligent people are moving out to contribute to other countries, and therefore you are left with us, the fools, around, and to try and make this country work, and it won't work. It won't work.
I think,
And this is what happened to
we have
Nigeria, that all
to.
intelligent guys are out of Nigeria. And
Because
whatever is left is the dumb guys.
if you look at the Nigerians living in the UK, in the US, whatever, they're totally different from the people that are left there. So anyone who has the ability and the education, they just leave the country, and then the country is left with not being able to carry itself, to carry its own economy. But also people can leave for other reasons, like in South Africa. People can leave even if they don't want to, even the people with good jobs, just to run away for the sake of your kids. Because even if you have a good job in South Africa, but your kids are still going to be exposed to all of these bad things, then you just have to leave. You don't have a choice. You just have to leave and go get a good job somewhere else and leave that good job of yours in the country. So it is really, really terrible. But I think there's still hope for our country. And the reason I know that there is hope is because we have Madanga. We have this ad hoc committee. In some countries, such things get swept under the carpet. Nobody talks about it. And you dare talk about it, you're gone. So I think the fact that we're still allowed to talk about these things in public, it means there's still hope. It means there's still hope. But guys, I'm going to have to end the live here so that we can prep for tomorrow. Thank you very, very much for joining. If it was
Miss
your
Lydia,
first time, yes, King.
as you close, maybe tomorrow, so we need a session with this O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan is a very special case. This O'Sullivan is a very special case. There's so many podcasts that are talking about him, and we're having him on this Matanga. We need a session with this guy.
I think
No,
you're
thank
correct. We need to,
now,
yeah.
Milik, I really appreciate so much. We appreciate the medium that you've created so that we at least can share the ideas and how the country can move forward, in terms of as development is concerned. Because we are the youth, we are the people who are going to be leaders in the next generation. We are actually here in the part where we should be in the leadership of the corporate and every companies that are coming up. You see.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Linda. Thank you, King. And thank you
I will, I will
Nene, thank you for connecting. Sibusiso, yes?
I will ask everyone. Like I know that we've got positions that already because there are many things and we are fed up and because of what is happening, which I don't think we all like. But I would challenge everyone to just let us try to be objective as possible as we can in this.
Yes.
There is a lot that I think is coming into this. Let us try because this will benefit, I think would benefit South Africa, which whatever that will be fun. But my plea to every one of you is that let us try to be objective as possible as we can. Thank
Thank you very much, Ispusi. So absolutely, and like I said, Mina, my hope was that everybody sorts everything out. I know that is naive, but that would be the ideal outcome for us, right? But it's okay. Guys, please tap on your screen. If you haven't connected with me, click on my profile picture and click that button that says FOLLOW. Also hit that notification bell to know when I am live. Guys, I do have a red app, but I don't have a lot of followers there, so I'm going to need you to go there and subscribe. YouTube, please go there and subscribe. I don't have a lot of subscribers there, so I hope to start creating content once the subscribers go up a little bit. Other than that, thank you very much to those of you who sat in the panel. We've been live for so long, but to be honest, I've got to be honest, as much as I enjoy being live and everything, but this ad hoc committee hearings and Matlanga Commission is so important to me because I feel like this is a very important part of our history. It's an important part of who we will become as a people, as a country. And I really was in any case going to watch them, whether live or not. I was in any case going to watch them. So I'm very grateful that you are here to watch them with me so that I can at least have somebody or some people to deliberate, to talk about this with them, because it is an emotive thing. It is such a big thing in our history. This thing that is happening now tells me what kind of country my children are going to inherit, what kind of life my children are going to have. And I'm so grateful that you joined the live so that we could talk about this together. It makes more sense when you talk to other people about it. So I do appreciate each and every single one of you, and do not ever forget that I love you all. Good night, everybody. I shall see you tomorrow. I do not start the live immediately when the commission starts, because usually they just do housekeeping and stuff. So maybe I will go live maybe around 11 a.m. I'm thinking, because they said they're starting at 10. I know they're still gonna fight a little bit with each other in the morning before they start with the actual questions. They're gonna fight and do some weird things, and so I'll probably only come live at 11. Thank you very much. Good night, Sibusiso. Good night, King. Good night, Linda. Good night, Shemaine. Good night, Mb. Kaini, good night to you, Menlit, Lucia, Bobo, Felicia, Pumlani, Mrs. Deep Junk, Wendy, I see you, Mia Habo, Beard
Night
King,
in
Tiny
Japan.
Ends, Mudiechi.
Night there in Japan.
Huh?
Already night in Japan.
Yeah, I'm not in Korea today, but it is 7:30 p.m. where I am. Yeah, so already night time. So good night. Oh, for you guys it's morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Oh, let me say good morning, Tiny. Good morning, Mudiaki, Sandra, Glem TK, Obakeng, Patrick, Chaba, Sbon, Tombi, Pele, Tamara, Sheshe, Kabelo, Valerie, CD, Tando Golo, Lovely, Katso, Bongi, and Misobu Hobbs, as well as Tuli and Tembi, Lindy and Wiseman. K, I see you. Timba, Kawegazi, good night, and see you tomorrow. Good night, everybody. Mutati, thank you so much. Thank you. Good night, everybody. See you tomorrow. Yes, good morning.